that the words?
Yep.
Hold on.
I can't hear myself.
Huh?
I can't hear myself.
Oh, that's probably why. Let me see. Hello? Oh, there we go. Oh, podcasting. All right.
Wait, that's what this is?
I don't know.
I'm out.
Who am I? All right.
Who are you people?
All right. We're going to start the episode in 3, 2, 1. There you go. I was waiting. I was hoping it was going to load. 3, 2, 1. Yo, 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 and hello, and welcome to GameSpeak Podcast. New episodes go up for free feed subscribers every Wednesday in audio format on Apple Podcasts, Stitcher, Google Play, Spotify, and all of your favorite podcast platforms, as well as in video format on YouTube, so you can see us in stunning HD, where we need you to hit subscribe and click that notification bell. We are streaming live every Tuesday at 7:50 p.m. CST on twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast, Facebook.com/group/GameSpeak Podcast, and YouTube, if you want to catch the show as it happens before anyone else. Be sure to go ahead and join our Discord at dsc.gg/GameSpeak Podcast to hang and talk games, battle and catch Pokemon, get show updates, find friends to play games with, and so much more. This show is 3 BFFs bringing you the hottest video game news of the week. I'm one of your hosts, Jamal Al-Jafra, alongside Brent Bass, and Devin Mayer.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
What's up, guys?
What is going on?
Chilling. It's been too long.
The
Since
holidays
we've casted
are
a pod.
Yeah, the holidays are upon us. This is my busiest
Cracking
time
open a cold one.
from like October to like New Year's. I'm just balls to the wall busy.
Yeah, I feel that,
Busy
man.
as fuck.
I'm balls to the wall broke, if that even makes sense. I've been
No,
trying to
no.
get Christmas gifts for everybody, and it's not going good. You know, I need to get more money, more Christmas gifts, you know?
I feel that a lot, actually.
I've been trying to think of things that I can print for family members, so I can get away
Oh,
from like
That's a
having
great
to buy
idea,
things. You know?
yeah.
But
It's like
then
I found you this JPEG on Google. Prints it off.
fucking. No, I'm trying to come up with. So one idea
He
I have
means a
for
3D printer, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah, just a
Not
fucking,
just like
just some printer paper.
I got you this coloring.
This is the gift I would have got you if I wasn't broke as fuck.
Just a picture of an Amazon like product.
Their wish list. No, so one idea I do have that's more of a joke than it is a gift for my grandmother is to make her a Christmas tree ornament using the 3D scans of mine and my brother's heads.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
That's
That is
funny.
cool.
So, yeah, right? I think she'll be like creeped out by it, but also like, oh, you know, my
Yeah.
grandkids.
Yeah, that's a fun idea for
Yeah,
sure.
I just like need to decide on like a filament because I don't want to paint it because I feel like it'd be even worse
Even
painted.
creepier.
Yeah. So,
You should put a light in the middle of it and have it light up.
well, then I'd have to do like translucent and then batteries and no.
You should also like
I'm trying
just-
to do this like minimal work as possible.
You should grow your mustache out a little bit and then shave it and then take the hairs and like, you know, glue it onto
Put
the
'em on the
mustache.
head.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, just do
dude.
the whole thing.
No. No, so the 3D scan that I have of my head specifically, actually, like, you could see like my hair, like the styling of my hair and everything. Like,
Yeah, I
it's
saw.
very detailed.
Looks very
Oh
nice.
yeah, you saw it. Yeah.
Or
no.
we saw. Yeah, it looks
Not-
nice. I
not
think
doing
you
that.
saw it too,
Yeah,
right?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, and then for like my cousins and shit, I'm probably just gonna print them Pokemons. Pokemons. Oh God, I'm old now. them
Pokemans.
Pokemans.
Couple of them Pokemans.
But,
Damn,
like,
Pokemon.
I've got access to a couple like flexi Pokemon files. Like I did a Rayquaza for my cousin one year
Oh,
for his
cool.
birthday, I think. I actually painted that one because I had more time. I ain't got that much time this time though, so they're just gonna get some like fancy looking multicolor filament or whatever the hell, and just be like, here.
Man,
And
that's a
they'll
great
love it.
idea.
What's a Rayquaza?
Rayquaza.
Rayquaza, guys.
Rayquaza?
Yeah.
The big green dragon in the third.
Pokemon.
Oh yeah, I remember you telling us about this. I don't know what that Pokemon is. I was
God.
not there.
That's my
for it.
favorite. That's my favorite
Jeez.
Pokemon. I
Dude,
need to make another one of those
my-
just for myself.
My Pokemon knowledge goes up to Gold and Silver, and then not again until like I don't know whatever happened on after the DS.
You didn't play Emerald or you didn't play Ruby and Sapphire?
I had it on Game Boy Advance and never played it because
Oh,
I was
shit.
just like done with When I was 14, I just wasn't playing Pokemon games on Game
We
Boy.
were
This
not-
guy thinks he's a gamer.
We weren't 14 when those games came out.
They've been
I was
coming out since
13 or
forever.
14.
Like,
No, we were 12 when Ruby and Sapphire came out. I'm pretty sure.
I owned it when I was like 13,
Oh,
but
yeah.
never played it.
I got that shit on fucking.
But you're also a year younger than me, right?
no. You're
How old are
30
you?
You're 32.
Yeah.
I'm 32.
When did you turn 30?
November. You were in July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
too,
you're only a
it's
couple-
too many months.
couple months.
Too many months. You see, whenever you were 12 and you got it, I was 13.
Yeah.
the only Pokemon games I really missed out on were like Black and White and Black and White 2
I didn't
and
play
Yeah, I-
Sun and
I missed-
Moon.
I missed all.
I
of
did
those.
play Sun and Moon. That's when I came back.
Sun and Moon
And
was
X and
dope,
Y. I
but
played
like I
X and Y.
didn't like I watched Matt play it a lot. I would always watch him do the thing where you go through the wormhole and try to catch the like Pokemon on the other end of the wormhole. You know what I mean? It was cool.
Yeah, I've no. You lost me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Christmas gifts. Thank God for printers, 3D printers.
Yeah, I need one of those right now because I
Christmas
am at
gifts.
a loss.
Broke people.
You're probably printing at full capacity over there right now.
Yeah, and I got a bunch of commissions from Renfest too.
Oh,
so
cool.
I have a fucking line of helmets that I need to do.
Yeah.
They paying for that shit.
Well, fuck yeah, they're paying for that shit.
Yeah. What's up, Hans?
Well, hello, Hans.
Hello, Hans.
Glad you could take a break from Path of
I
Exile.
like the little zombie that pops up whenever somebody likes the stream. That's fun.
Yeah, it is.
Doesn't
fun.
happen enough.
I would say, we don't get to see our notifications about.
It hurts.
It
Oh, but
does. We're
Did you guys
laughing.
watch Smile 2?
no.
No, I didn't.
I
I've
like the
never
first
heard of
one.
It's better than the first one.
No way.
Mile,
it really
mile,
is.
Mile 1.
Do what?
Mile 1. I don't.
What? Smile?
Mile 2?
Smile?
Oh, I thought you said
Smile.
Mile 2. I was
No,
like, I've never.
Smile 2, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
no, I
first
didn't
one's
see-
good.
I didn't see the first one or the second.
The first one is pretty good, but I feel like the trailer ruined a lot of the first one for me.
That's how I
So-
feel about the second one. I literally seen like 20 people smiling in the second.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't know. I feel like, to me personally, there was less like people smiling at you in the second one, which you'd think, okay, that's gonna be less scary. But
It should
like,
be double the smile.
the way they like
It's the
implement it in the second one is really creepy. There's some moments that are pretty dang weird and creepy.
Just like someone way out of focus, just
I
smiling.
would put it up there with like The Substance as like best horror movies this year. Like,
I haven't seen that either.
dude, you gotta watch The Substance. It's awesome.
Which one
I'll
is
watch
that?
way more movies
It's
than I
got
do.
it's got what's her name in it? Demi Moore or somebody like that. It's got Dennis Quaid in it too. It's pretty good, dude.
What the fuck is this? The 90s?
I know.
Dennis Quaid and Demi Moore?
Yeah. You gotta
What?
watch it, dude. I'm telling you.
Came out this year.
Demi Moore plays. It might not be Demi Moore, but somebody like Demi Moore. If it's not Demi Moore, she plays like this older actress who's like past her prime, and she gets this black market drug that makes you like young and beautiful, but like obviously shit goes off the rails, and like it's really good.
Ozempic.
It's like a body horror thing. It's
I'm not a huge fan of body horror movies.
I'm not usually, but this is seriously one of the best horror movies I've ever seen. Like it's so good. Like the last like 30 minutes are kind of like off the rails, but like it's really fucking good. dude.
Drug-induced Benjamin Button.
Yeah.
She just starts turning into a baby. They're like, this
I
is so
won't.
scary.
I don't want to ruin anything for you because if I tell you like anything about the actual like horror part of the movie, it'll ruin the movie for you. But
Okay.
like it's an excellent.
What
movie.
is this on?
It's on a weird streaming service like Philo or something like that.
Huh.
I watched it on a bootleg website. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
So
Like-
Philo
Yeah.
or something.
But it's pretty good.
Netflix.
It's definitely worth a watch. I think that one was slightly better than Smile 2, but they're both really good.
Oh, Devin, can you put it on the multi-stream? I forgot to put it on there.
How about no?
I'm sorry. Just in case, because I don't want some people to be like trying to say stuff and then we're just like not able to see it.
Speaking of horror movies,
Just in case.
28 Years Later trailer. Did y'all see that?
I didn't see the trailer. I saw the teaser.
They put a real trailer out.
Is it
Yeah.
good looking?
It looks fucking awesome, dude.
Yeah, it looks
Like,
very interesting.
It looks really good.
I'm gonna watch the first one so I can watch this
Dude, watch the first and the second
you gotta.
one.
There's two of them.
Yeah.
one. Oh yeah. There's 28 weeks later.
Yeah.
huh?
Weeks Later is also pretty good, but it's not as good as the first one, in my opinion. You know what I mean?
That's just too much watching for me. Sorry, I'm out.
No, don't be out. At least watch the first one.
I have a feeling you
see
won't
what-
have to see the others to see this one.
Probably not.
They'll make it somehow because it's been
so
too
long.
long.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
so
they'll
long
give a
after.
little recap at the beginning of the movie. You know what I mean?
Well, even in the fucking trailer, they're like, first there was 28 days, and then 28 weeks, and now. And it was like 28 years. It's like, didn't see that one coming.
I mean, like all you gotta
They
know
didn't do
is
the
that
months though. They skipped it.
28
I'm very upset about that. They could do a prequel to this sequel.
Well, then it's just
Later.
Then it's just 2 years. How many? 28 weeks. It's half. Well,
It's,
okay,
it's
it's like half
2
a year.
years and a
28 weeks. That's
oh
half a year.
no, it said 28 months.
Oh yeah, no, 28 months. Yeah, it says 2 years, and I was like thinking about 28 weeks. It's like little over half a year.
Yeah.
it looks good to me. I like Danny Boyle though. You know, as a director. Have you guys ever fucked with PlayStation Stars before?
I've never.
Are you talking about like the
Oh
brawler?
yeah, because y'all aren't on PlayStation. Never mind.
No.
Sorry, that was a dumb question.
You mean the brawler game?
But for those of you out there, no, it's just a program that PlayStation has that I didn't realize was even a thing until I looked and saw that I had a shitload of points built up. You can redeem your PlayStation Stars points, which, again, I had no idea I was accumulating. So if you guys are PlayStation players out there, go check your fucking thing. But I redeemed my PlayStation Stars for like 2 different fucking $20 gift cards from PlayStation pretty recently.
They got that
So-
on Xbox too.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's cool. I
Yeah,
love that.
I've done that before. Just went through. It's like I don't even know how I get the points for the Xbox
Me
thing, but
either.
they just keep accumulating.
Yeah,
so
just
I'm like,
building
whatever.
it up. You know, Epic Games Store does something similar to that too. It's like I'm not sure how it works, but like every now and then I'll go buy a game on Epic Games Store and I'll have like 5 or 6 Epic Game dollars or whatever that are built up, and you can add it to your, take a little off the top. Nintendo does something like that too, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But Nintendo's like,
But Xbox will let you redeem them for like any type of gift card.
you can redeem straight up games on the PlayStation one. Like they had the Patrick Star game that just came out on there for like 10,000 points or something, which was it doesn't sound like
It sounds like Chuck E. Cheese, but like
I mean, I'm just saying it's a new game.
I thought you meant
know
like
what I
you
mean?
could get like gift cards, like
you can.
you mean like Starbucks, like
Oh no,
That's
no.
what I'm talking on Xbox. Your points,
No,
you
this
can
is
just
PlayStation
literally.
stuff, for
I got
sure.
like 2 fucking like Target gift cards.
What?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I probably have a bunch of Xbox
Yeah,
points.
go on Xbox, and there's a way to look at your points. Like,
Bro, give me that. I need some Christmas money.
Yeah,
some
you could
Target
get,
gift
like,
cards
Target
could go a
gift
long
cards.
way right now,
I'm
dude.
telling you, dude, they got all that shit on there. They got Starbucks, whatever you fucking want.
That fucking Pokemon Pocket got to me, and I bought a pack of Pokemon cards because I saw there's a fucking. Have you seen those vending machines?
Yeah, I sent
Kroger's.
a picture to you, or I think I sent it to you.
I
At
haven't.
Kroger, there's like a giant
There's a-
electronic vending machine you can go up and
With
buy
Pokemon cards?
stuff.
Yeah, it sells a
That's
shit ton
cool.
of Pokemon cards.
But it's literally like the coolest looking vending machine. It's like a touch screen, and it's got like a big Pokeball at the top, and like
It's
it looks like
crazy.
something that wouldn't be.
I was thinking
in
about
Kroger.
going to like a Pokemon card show one of these days soon, because I have like a lot of money worth of Pokemon cards, like, and just old Pokemon cards, and like
Is that
I've
like a gun show?
yeah, it is actually.
yeah, they have
But
a bunch of tables with literally just cards set out.
The heck!
I've
I didn't
heard
know
that
was a
that's
thing.
the place to sell your Pokemon cards. Like my buddy Matt, you know Matt, everybody knows
Yeah.
Matt. He is like a big time Pokemon card collector, and he said if you want to sell your Pokemon cards, that's the place to go because they'll buy it at like 80% of the asking price versus like other places like
Yeah, if you went to a store and tried to sell it,
yeah.
or like, I mean, I'm sure
Just
you
put
could
them
just
up
put it
on-
on eBay and like set a price for it and wait.
Well, I've been
Yeah.
seeing that like even if you put it up online, like the prices are super inflated.
Yeah.
But he's the one selling them, so
No,
he
I
could
know, but
inflate
like, well, I mean, it's hard to get like a market.
inflate them, bro.
No, they'll just sit there for a while if you go off of like market price though, because of like there's a bunch of companies apparently that are super inflating the prices
I
of
feel like the
Pokemon
card
cards.
show's the way to go because people.
Yeah, in-person trading and shit.
I heard people walk around with just tons of money at those shows and they're ready to spend it on fucking Pokemon cards.
Yeah.
So
You should just take them to a gun show and see what you can get.
will you trade this for that 9mm?
I'll give you this 122 bullet.
Hell yeah! No, but
Fucking
anyway,
Just bring guns to the Pokemon card show. That's the real way to do it.
don't do that. He left with all of the Pokemon.
Can I get that Charizard? Everybody was just giving me Pokemon cards. I don't get it.
Fucking hell.
They didn't even want to trade for my 9.
No, we're watching any new anime or anything?
I've been watching Dan to Dan pretty religiously.
Okay, do you like it?
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking
Gotta-
sick. The opening song is so badass.
The opening
Yeah.
song's the best part of the whole thing. Like
It's the first anime I've seen in a
Dun, dun,
long
dun,
time that's like really drawn me in, and I wish it wasn't an episode a week because I would power watch fucking 30 episodes of
Yeah.
that shit like in a day, like for real.
Dude, I've been on the biggest fucking anime opener song kicks this past week.
just like on your Spotify.
Well, yeah, on Spotify, and like, so the people who do the Danadan song also did Mashal Season 2, which is also a fucking banger. I haven't watched that anime.
You need to
'cause-
play Persona 5, dude. The whole game is just loaded with anime intro quality bangers, dude.
Really?
Fucking yeah. Like
yeah,
every time you get
Spotify
in
be
the
throwing
bottle.
me some good ones.
Oh, dude, yeah, I bet.
Fucking
You don't even have to play the game. Just go on Spotify. You can listen to the Persona,
Persona,
soundtrack.
Bangers, bro.
I think-
Straight bangers, dude.
Them and the Living and Loathing in Las Vegas band or whatever, the one that did the opening for Parasite the Maxim, and like they do an opening for Hunter x Hunter.
I didn't know it was them doing the.
They do an opening for Hunter x Hunter. Like it's weird because like in anime they'll pick like one band and that band just does like 7 different animes, and then like they'll have another band like them. I forget what they're called.
Creepy Nuts.
Yeah, Creepy Nuts, where they're just like, which I'm sure over there makes more sense. Like here,
Or it just sounds. It probably sounds a lot cooler in Japanese than it does English.
yeah. To us, we're just like, oh. But to them, they're like, yeah, 2 English words.
Kind of fitting with Dan to Dan though, if you think about it.
Creepy nuts, yeah.
Yeah, but it is weird how like very specific they are with their bands about like
Yeah.
you know. But anyways,
Some of their other stuff is really good too, though. The Creepy Nuts, like their other music that's not just anime openers, because it's a DJ. It's a famous Japanese DJ and a famous Japanese rapper, and they just joined together.
Cool.
And so a lot of the shit that they put out is pretty good.
I'll have to check it out.
I watched a YouTube video on it, just like breaking down who they were and whatnot, because I was just bored and fucking YouTube scrolling, and yeah, I watched that and I was like, huh. So I've checked out more of their music, and yeah, I've just been jamming out to it at work all fucking week.
nice.
But
Brent, you do anything?
Oh man, yeah, I feel like I've done a lot of stuff, but it's just I don't even know.
Yeah,
I
it's
don't
been so
know.
long.
You know, like not recently.
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we did some Thanksgiving stuff. We ate a bunch of Thanksgiving food.
I had a shit ton. Oh my god.
What'd you eat?
Everything. We had one of the biggest Thanksgivings we've ever had because my great grandmother is 101.
Wow.
So everybody was like had showed out because might not be, it might be her last one.
Wow, so.
Well, I mean, but we had like the whole
positive.
fucking family out, even extended family. So
I'd be pissed if I was just like, I knew I probably only had about a year left and I had to deal with like all of my extended family for like the last Thanksgiving.
Well, she was thrilled. All right.
That's what she wants you to think. She was like, oh, goodness.
But no, it resulted in the biggest spread that we've ever had for a Thanksgiving. We had to use the local church, like
Damn.
one of their like eating areas or whatever, because we couldn't fit everybody in a house.
Damn.
Yeah,
That's
they're-
crazy.
Big deal. And I got so fat and had so many take-home trays that I took straight to Renfest. I went to the last weekend of
Oh heck
Renfest,
yeah.
the Christmas one.
How was Renfest?
It was a fucking blast. I had a
Good.
great time. Yep. Generated some 3D printing business and took lots of pictures. Apparently became TikTok famous unknowingly.
Love that.
One of the
Nice.
weekends that me and Tate were there, the second weekend that I went three weekends. The second weekend that I went though, we stayed until it got dark in the festival, which is uncommon. We usually go back to camp to like recoup before the night. But somebody I had my lightsaber, and somebody handed us a dual bladed lightsaber. So we started fighting drunk as shit. We started fighting when it was dark, and like just amassed a whole crowd. And people were expecting like an actual show and whatnot, but they got us drunken idiots trying to fucking poorly choreograph. We did get some cool shit in, and somebody recorded it and put it on TikTok. And
Oh, that's cool.
and then the next weekend that I went, just like on a solo trip, somebody ran up to me like, "Dude, you're that guy from TikTok," and I'm like, I am it's like, all right, don't even have a TikTok.
That's awesome.
They pulled it up and showed me, and I was like, holy shit.
That's cool.
I have a shit ton of views. I don't know exactly how many, but yeah, I became half-ass TikTok famous.
I love that. You got to
like that,
capitalize on it like the Hawk Tua girl, dude. Yeah.
Jesus.
You should have a
Yeah, then launch my own coin.
Yeah,
and
I was
pull
gonna
the
say, you gotta
rug.
launch
You
your
got to
coin,
start a
dude.
podcast. Oh wait, no, I'm
Yeah.
just kidding.
Mando coin.
Dude, I was gonna say, I didn't realize, like, for whatever reason, the Ren Fair is getting like more popular.
Dude,
They
it
put
was,
out that whole documentary on it on like HBO Max or something
Well,
pretty recently.
the
Which you think?
docuseries was fucking stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, I think it probably made people like aware of it.
It
and,
did.
you
Well,
know
they
what I mean?
did that, and then like I was on every night. Whenever I lay down to go to bed, I just kind of flip through YouTube. Like I have it on my, my Roku or whatever, my Fire
Yeah.
Stick. I'm just scrolling through things and watching it, and one pops up and it's like the world's biggest Renaissance fair, and I was like, oh, I wonder what that is. I didn't realize ours was the biggest one
Biggest,
Really?
biggest in the world.
in the world.
Wow, that's
yeah,
crazy.
and so like this girl's like,
That's pretty
I'm
dope.
traveling all the way out to Todd Mission, Texas to
Yeah,
go
yeah.
to the. I'm like, wait, what? Ours is the. I was like, damn, that kind of sucks actually
I
because.
know. You'd think there would be a bigger, better
Yeah,
one somewhere.
I honestly like ours is cool and everything.
we got a
and it's
dope one.
big,
Yeah.
But like, I just always imagined there was this bigger like
No.
one
Dude,
somewhere.
it's a whole literal town built for
I
this
know,
festival.
but it's
It
just-
is massive.
No, like other fairs look like dog shit compared to ours. Like we have
Damn,
the
bro,
biggest.
you're just fighting words. Yeah.
Well, with a couple exceptions in other states. I don't remember exactly which ones, but like, because I did watch a couple like top 10 videos of like other fairs to see if there was one semi close by that
Yeah.
I could maybe go to. Not really. Louisiana has a decent one apparently, but no, ours is the biggest in the world, and then it's also rare for them to have camping attached to it as well.
Really
Yeah.
interesting.
So the camping is a huge other part of our fair, on top of our festival itself being the biggest in the world.
I know the fireworks show is really special.
It's
I mean, they do
insane,
a really
yeah.
good job with that every time.
Yeah, and the weird
Yeah.
like nude pyramid raves, they don't have that at any of the other ones apparently.
No.
So
No,
yeah.
there's only one place you're gonna. Yeah.
No, but I was
Yeah.
gonna say, like, I feel like in Europe, like where there's actual castles. Like, imagine you did a Ren Fair like at a castle,
I'm sure it's a thing.
but wouldn't that
No.
immediately be bigger than ours?
No,
Like
absolutely
it's a
not.
fucking
You could
castle.
Dude, if you look at the map,
I
of
like
our,
where your head's at. Dude.
Yeah,
You
no,
know,
no, it's
like,
like-
that would be sick. You know, you'd have
But-
to like build a little town outside of the
Yeah.
castle, and then
Yeah.
we're
Maybe.
in fucking business,
Maybe.
bro. You know what I mean?
But even like
Yeah.
sheer size, you could fit like 8 castles inside our festival.
You're telling me we
Yes.
could fit 8 castles?
I would.
it is really big. I
It's,
mean,
it's huge.
It's as
I mean, have
big
you
as
seen
like
the
a
total
Six
map?
Flags
No, I know
park
it's
or
big, dude. I've
something,
been
you know?
there. I get it. I get it's huge. It just something about it doesn't feel that big.
It's
to me.
because there's not like big rides everywhere and stuff.
I
you
guess
know?
that's what it is.
I
I,
bet-
don't know.
I
And the
think-
rows too, like, or there's like lanes to like cut through different parts of the festival too. Like,
Yeah.
It took me all day last time I went to like just walk the loop, you know,
big- yeah,
like
there's, like, an
stopping
outer
to see
loop.
everything. You know what I mean?
yeah, you got an outer loop, and then you have several inner loops.
And there's like the
then-
little ferry trail that goes
Yeah,
in
the
between
garden-
everything.
yeah,
Yeah,
the gardens, like,
it's a cool place. Hang on, I'll
Yeah,
be right
it's
back.
very cool.
and then on top, and then if you include the campgrounds on top of that, then we're talking acres upon acres more. Like,
Oh yeah, the campgrounds, which
Or
I don't think
fucking-
I've ever seen the campgrounds like in person.
it is insane, especially on a busy weekend. It's literally acres upon acres of just people in camps and tents and shit. Like it's crazy, honestly. To see during the day, I'd like to get an aerial shot one of these days. I need to take my drone out there and get like an aerial shot during the day. It's insane, and it's such a good time. Y'all need to come camping with me, God damn it.
No, I really want to.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's outside. Just kidding. But yeah, maybe next year we will plan it and then make it happen. We need to plan ahead of time and go.
Yeah.
Like that's the problem is like I have to have it planned.
Well, and this year was very touch and go for me because all the dates that I had planned, like, with the exception of one, I had to reschedule because either rain or I had a wedding come out of nowhere that I had to go to. But yeah, no, we can definitely get that planned next year.
Gotcha.
So,
And okay, I didn't do much except for like watch stuff and work on stuff, and then we watched a show that me and Brent have to talk about because I put it in the fucking title of the episode. From
We couldn't help ourselves. We talked about it a little before the show started.
So we kind of like, just to fill everybody in. There's a show called From. I think it's on Epix or something. What is
It's
it?
on
now?
MGM
MGM.
Plus.
Yeah, MGM Plus. But you get a free week trial. Trust me, you will watch it in that 1 week if you start it. Like if you watch the first episode, you will not stop watching it till it's done. You know, like
It's the only thing worth watching on MGM Plus.
it's one of the only shows worth watching right now that's not anime, in my opinion, like live action shows, that is. But anyways, show's crazy. Here's the plot, just so you understand, and people at home who haven't watched it get what it is. It's basically there's a family driving, and they're trying. I don't even remember where they're going, like where they're trying to go, but they're like on a trip or something.
Yeah, they were going on one last trip because their parents are getting divorced or something.
And so they're going on this last trip, and on the way in their big RV, there's a tree in the middle of the road, and they get out and they're like, "Fuck." We have to go on a detour. There's like a bunch of crows flying around, and they're like, this is weird. So they turn around, they get in the car, and they start going the opposite direction. But then it leads them through a town. And then they go straight through this town, and then they end up back in the town. And they just keep going, and like no matter what, they keep ending up back in the town. And finally, the people in the town like try to tell them to stop, and they just keep going. Or no, that's later. But anyways, they end up wrecking, and the people from the town come and help them and give them this whole thing of like, look, you're not gonna believe us right now, but you can't be outside at night. Like you have to come inside. And they're like, well, we're just trying to get to to where we're going. And they're like, you can't. Like you're basically stuck here. Like once you get into this loop, like once you see the tree on the road, you can never leave. Like you're just stuck there. Like, and it happens to everybody. And they've got like this map, and they've plotted the points where people have come. People have come from like all over, and like seen that same tree. Like just going completely different paths, different directions. They all end up in this one place. It's very interesting. It's very Lost, like the show Lost.
yeah.
But way more violent and like R-rated. There's like these terrifying creatures that like come out at night, and like they're very smile. Specific.
They're kind of like vampires. I mean, like
They're basically vampires.
they don't come out except for at night. They can't come inside of your house unless you like invite them in.
That's not true. If you have a talisman,
You have to have a talisman, but I mean, essentially, they follow the rules of
I was about to say, it
vampires.
sounds very
you know what I mean?
vampire-esque,
You
yeah.
can't kill them. You can shoot them with guns and stuff, but like,
the only way that.
Stake
Yeah,
to
I'm
the
not
heart.
even gonna get into how. No, they. There's only one way that they've ever killed them, and
he didn't really die. I mean, he
Yeah.
just came back eventually. You know what I mean?
Because, because you find out like later in the show. I guess we can't really spoil all this stuff. All I know is that
it's really good.
it's really fucking.
It's a very entertaining show. We both highly recommend you watch it.
Yeah,
It's definitely a thinker. It'll have you like guessing what happens next.
oh yeah, and then you'll be sitting there plotting out. So what's
It's
your?
gonna make you mad as hell. It's gonna make all of us mad as hell though if it ends up being like some Lost bullshit where it just never gets to the point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Which I saw a thing the other day. There's at least 57 unanswered questions in the show, like random plot
Yeah.
things that they have mentioned or shown, or like something has happened and we don't
no
have an
explanation
answer for
for
it.
it.
Not
Yeah.
yet. Like but it's only the 3rd season, and they're saying that they're going to end it by the 5th season. But they've already been okayed for the 4th season. So like, but they say that like the writers are like, we're ending it on the 5th season, like whether we get past it or not. Like so,
cool.
or at
they've
least
got
that's
a
what they
plan,
say.
yeah. Well, I mean, that just means that they have a plan for up to the 5th season. If they want to go on with it, I'm sure they can figure out.
I hope they
something,
don't.
but I hope they don't either. And I'm glad that they have some sort of insight. You know what I mean?
Or planned at least, yeah.
Yeah.
That
Shit
was
like that, you could just keep dragging it on
Yeah.
and on.
I was so worried that was going to be the case. Okay, so just so we can put it out there, what's your end-all, be-all theory? Like, and then I'll give mine, or vice versa. It doesn't matter.
That's a toughie. I really think they're on an alien spaceship right now.
That's so specific. All right.
I think that they're on an alien spaceship, and then they're in some sort of like simulation that the aliens are like perpetuating, and like they're basically keeping them locked in this like what's that thing in Star Trek that lets you like see or in X-Men that like where they can fucking train without getting hurt.
Hyperbolic time chamber.
No. You know what I'm talking about, where it just does like, everything's like a hologram type shit.
Simulation room.
You know what I mean?
It's like simulation
like
room
a
or
danger
something.
room type thing.
Yeah, I forget the exact name. of the thing.
Fucking,
Danger
I
room.
think they're
I like
gonna
that.
figure out that they're in a simulation in the next season, and then in the 5th season they're gonna get out of the simulation and realize they're in a fucking like
No, you're right.
alien spacecraft.
Danger,
You know what I mean?
Danger room.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so your theory is simulation theory, basically.
My theory is that not only are they in a simulation, but it's like aliens putting them in the simulation, and there are aliens coexisting with them right now, acting as like characters in the show. Like I think fucking Donna might be an alien. I think fucking the dad is probably an alien. Maybe Victor. I don't know.
There's no way the dad could be, because you mean Victor's
dad.
I thought you meant
No,
Jim. I'm like,
not
how
Jim, not
the
Jim.
fuck would Jim?
Not
Jim's
Jim.
just been plotting this the
But
whole time.
also, okay, we like I think a lot of what Randall said in that one scene where he's talking to Boyd is meant to just be kind of forgotten about and pushed under the rug. But I think that they exposed a lot of their.
I think it
truth
was
there.
meant to make you start questioning Donna.
I don't necessarily think Donna's the bad guy, but I think like that's what the show wants you to do is start questioning Donna. But
Yeah.
in reality, I think there's a layer of truth. Like once you realize, okay, that was all crazy, like you're supposed to like just forget about all that. But I do think that there's a layer of like, okay, somebody is in on it. Somebody here is in on it. You know what I mean? My girlfriend really suspects the chick with the bandana that's been walking around because she's always doing weird shit.
Oh, the one who always comes up. She's the Meg, the one who like walk up
Meg.
and they're just like, shut up. She's always so nice.
Yes.
She's like, hey, I noticed that.
Well, you also notice she does weird shit though. Like, okay, there's the part where like they're having the town meeting or whatever, and Julie's at the house, like not at the town meeting, and like who's the one person she runs into? Fucking bandana girl. You know what I'm saying? Then it cuts to the town meeting. Like 15 minutes later, she had more than enough time to get to the fucking town meeting. Like. Suddenly she just walks in and it's like, what were you doing between that fucking 20 minutes? Why aren't you at the town meeting? Even though you just told Julie to get to the town meeting or whatever. I don't know. There's definitely something fishy about her. There's like certain characters that are like in the show a lot but don't have a lot of dialogue and stuff that are like suspicious. I don't know.
No, I do feel like
probably aliens.
Nah, I
Maybe.
feel like they do that to kind of make you feel isolated. Like they almost don't give a personality to a bunch of the backup people.
I was about to say, I've noticed sometimes you'll see characters that just like you've never seen before, and I'm
They
like,
just appear. I'm like,
that motherfucker's gonna die. Like,
yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like he was not here.
he's here just to die, dude. Like,
Some of the extras like in the background look like some of the vampires. Like if you go and look, it's very strange. Like some of them look very familiar, but like
Daywalkers.
daywalkers or
Nightwalk.
but like it's funny because they do like this whole thing for Fatima where they're like her 1 year anniversary of being here. Nobody else gets that at all.
Yeah.
Like everybody, all the extras are just standing around like, oh, cool.
Nobody gives a shit about it.
Yeah, everyone loves Fatima, but like,
What is your theory? Oh, sorry.
no, my theory right now is that it's definitely something. It's real. I don't think it's a simulation. I think this is all actually happening. I think the whole goal of the show is to try and figure out why it's happening, like what caused this to start up. And I think that it's going to end up being either something demonic, like some kind of like demon that was chilling in the area, or like some kind of spiritual thing, that like lives in that, like an entity or maybe a god or something that lives in that little nook of wherever it is in USA or wherever it is.
Wendigo.
Yeah, something like that. Or like the if you've ever seen that movie Watchers, like with like the Fae thing, like they're like skinwalkers basically, like you're saying, or not Wendigo, but like a skinwalker.
Wendigo is basically a skinwalker.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be something similar to that, where it's like an old timey like creature of some kind that has made a pact with these people that they will have to, they're like, oh, you want to live forever or whatever, you have to sacrifice your kids, and so, but it's like monkey's paw situation where that turned on them and now they're stuck in this time loop. And I honestly think that the main characters were like people that were there that were trying to stop it, and now they have to keep reliving this until they figure out how to stop it, basically. And once they figure out how to stop the initial sacrifice from happening, then the loop will end. That's kind of like my thought on it.
So you think they're going to use the time reversal
Yes.
thing to go all the way back and stop the first sacrifice or some shit?
Yes, because whenever Tabitha says we keep coming back here because we never stopped it, or like she said we had to come back because we didn't stop it the first time, or whatever she said. Like that makes me think that their whole plan is for them to keep coming back, or like Time Walker.
I still think it's an alien thing. I think they're like transferring their consciousness into new bodies, and then like remnants of their old self remains or something. I think I can boil it all down to alien experiments. You know what I mean? Except for the time traveling thing. Is that the aliens fucking with them, or is it
resetting the game?
maybe? Ooh, or no, because she can go back and directly interact with things
Yeah.
that have happened in the past. We know this because Boyd was stuck in a hole at one point, and she went back and threw him a rope. But we didn't know that the rope that got thrown to him was from her until like way later in the show, because we thought like this dude that was chained to a wall threw him the rope, which in hindsight doesn't make any fucking sense.
It's the gin particle.
Yeah.
it's the thing. I just saw something about this with Neil deGrasse Tyson was talking about it. The gin particle is like whenever something exists in its own loop, it was never created nor destroyed, because like he was talking about like this movie where this guy sees a picture of this lady from like 1900, and he's like, oh, who is this lady? I want to find her. I'm in love with this picture of her. And they're like, she's dead, or like, or she was alive back in like, or no, she'd be old as hell now because she was like born in 19 something. And he's like walking out one day, and this old lady walks up to him and like hands him a watch and is like, please come back to me or whatever. Hands him the watch. He ends up going back in time, and it was that lady who gave him the watch, and he ends up leaving the watch with her. Once he meets her when she's younger, they get married and like live a whole life, and then he ends up getting sent back to the future because he like pulls out a penny, and it has like the date from where he's actually from, and it like cuts off like the whole time loop for some reason, or like it restarts it
Because it's a paradox.
Yeah, and so, but that watch was neither created nor destroyed, but it just always existed in that time loop, because if he gave it to her in the past and then she gave it to him in the future, but he never had it until she gave it to him in the future, and she never had it till he went back in the past and gave it to her, that thing doesn't exist really, except for only there. So it's like that. You get what I'm saying?
I'm trying to keep track over here.
It's called a gin particle. It's the same thing in like in Back to the Future, whenever he's like playing the Chuck Berry song
and like fading away. Yeah.
No, he's like playing it, and like Chuck Berry's cousin calls Chuck Berry, and he's like, man, you got to hear this or whatever, because Michael J. Fox went back in time and he's playing on the.
Yeah, but in the exact same scene, Michael J. Fox is like fading away because of his own actions in his timeline that are causing him to not exist anymore because he's no longer being born. You know what I mean?
And
like
he's fucking around with his mom.
him playing the Chuck
Yeah, that
Berry.
part.
Him playing the Chuck Berry.
Is that
song,
the part where he goes invisible?
he was starting to like he takes the stage and he's like can't play the guitar right because he's like going invisible, and then his mom and George kiss each other, and then he like springs back to life.
But
and
he's
like,
still playing the Chuck Berry song. That's what I'm saying. Is though because
No, my point is like it fits with your
Yeah. But the whole point of that is saying that the Chuck Berry song was never actually created. It just existed because he played it because he heard Chuck Berry play it, but Chuck Berry played it because he heard him play it. So it
I
was
see, yeah.
nobody ever
Yeah.
wrote the song. It just exists. And it's the same with that watch. That watch was never made in a factory. It just exists in that time loop because it's just there. Like, so that's why they call it a gin particle, because a gin means like a genie. Like,
Interesting.
so like, but yeah, so that's what I'm thinking with her, like throwing the rope down, because he would have never got the rope if she would have never threw it, but she would have never been back there to throw the rope. You know what I'm saying? It's like some weird like time loop thing. That's which makes me think the whole
But the
thing
rope would have
is
been there regardless. The rope was neither.
correct, but he would have never got out if she wouldn't have been there to throw the rope, but she would
So
have never
does he
went
exist
there.
or does he
Well,
not exist?
hypothetically, he wouldn't
He
have got
exists.
out.
He
I think.
created
I mean, we did see him like attempting to do like the back walk thing.
Yeah,
I
but he
think
was injured. Remember, he couldn't.
Yeah.
That was why he couldn't. And so like, and then for whatever reason he can climb a rope though. But she like threw the rope down. I thought Martin just like kicked it or something
Me too.
until like later. But anyways,
So I've got a theory
What's
about
that?
this little, from hearing all y'all talk
Yeah.
about this. So I think a bunch of people just ran into this tree and died, and they're all in limbo.
that would
it.
be Lost though. That's the ending of Lost. They can't
Oh,
do
because
that.
they all die in the plane crash and
Yeah, in Lost
or
at the end they're in
purgatory, not limbo, like
Yeah.
purgatory.
It would make sense from just like actually. I mean, that's the easiest way to explain everything. You
They
know what I
can't
mean?
do that though. That,
This tree just
literally-
murked a whole town full of people.
Well, not necessarily a tree, but what if everybody died on the road and like when you die in a car crash, like your spirit just teleports you to this tree in the road? You know what I mean? Like,
But once again, I'm just talking about specifically. They literally can't do that because that's the ending of Lost.
no, I know. I'm just for the sake
For
of
the sake of
talking
conversation.
About,
Yeah, I'm just trying to think
Listen.
logically. I'm like, they wouldn't do it.
Look, man, I haven't seen a single episode of this show.
And
like-
you haven't seen Lost either, which you need to
No.
go watch Lost.
What? I
Lost
don't
is
know.
great. I love Lost.
you need to watch Dexter, dude.
I started watching Dexter, but I couldn't get into it.
What?
I watch it.
It's the best.
I feel like it's one of those shows you had to be there for it. Like, I don't know. Which, by the way, I went into a Wendy's the other day, and like I got these like dope, boots here that
At Wendy's?
that I got from. No, I got these boots, and I walked in to Wendy's to order some food, and the guy comes up and he goes, "Dexter Morgan," and I was like, "What?" And he's like, "Dude, you're dressed like Dexter Morgan." I was like, "What does that fucking mean?"
Does he wear boots?
I don't know. Like, but that's what he
I
was.
feel like he wears shirts like this a lot. you
Maybe
know,
that's
but,
what
like,
it was, but I was like, why? Like, I was like, that's not a good thing. Like, I'm not trying to dress like a
I mean, he's
serial
not a
killer.
bad looking dude, you know.
But I just like was like, who just goes up?
he was
to-
getting mad
like,
chicks, you know.
Dexter Morgan.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
mean,
like-
even now you have a shirt on that's similar to, yeah.
do I?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
It's like that's his favorite shirt in the show. Like, he's always wearing a shirt.
So
like
you're
that.
probably wearing just a different color of this shirt.
Yeah, I was. I was wearing one that exact color. I did not realize that. I didn't get that far. Okay. At the beginning, he's only wearing like he's either shirtless or he's got like the like
yeah, he's
Hawaiian
probably like
shirts
chopping
on.
somebody up in the beginning.
Yeah, my bad. No, I watched like the whole first season.
Oh,
Like,
really?
Yeah,
Oh well, then
but
if it didn't hook you by the end of the first season, then I don't know what to tell you.
Jamel.
I've
Well, you-
always dressed this way.
Yeah.
I've always been a Henley guy. Okay,
Gonna come to find out he's the CEO assassin.
serial CEO assassinator. No, but
Assassinator.
yeah, that's I do like all the funny memes though that are coming out of that, like the people being like they take like his picture from like his social media and they like kind of crop him into like
Oh
there's-
yeah,
and
he
they're like-
was with me.
yeah, like there's one from like a game store, like a local game store, and they're like, "Oh, thanks for working that extra shift on,
From
December
6 a.m.
4th
to
for-
6 p.m.
like, oh yeah, it was a rough day, and they're like, it was kind of weird how you kept saying that you hate jackets and face masks, but really hard working guy.
Yeah, I can't. I mean, it's not good to be.
No, I'm
Like,
I'm
I can't be remorseful because I've been fucked by insurance many times because of my expensive ass medications. So.
same, but I'm not gonna.
I'm not
I'm
gonna-
not
yeah, I'm
pro
not-
death.
No,
like,
I'm not. Yeah,
people are crazy, dude. People on the internet are just like, yeah.
do some more. Like,
I'm like,
No, yeah. Honestly, society's a little nuts these days, man.
Yeah.
Like when that fucking submarine exploded and everyone was like, yeah, they all died. Dad and his kid crushed on the bottom of the ocean. It's like, guys, chill out. Like, they're just rich. Sorry.
Just want to watch people die.
I mean, lots of people did tell them to not go on that.
Look, it's not.
Yeah, it's
like,
not the smartest idea, but I'm not gonna be like.
No, I'm
happy
not
they
happy
got
that they-
crushed.
no,
You know what I mean? Like,
But some people were genuinely like just having a good time. Just
like, they
because they
died
were
at a-
millionaires and some shit.
That's absolutely horrific to think of that happening to somebody, and it's just like,
they're like, eat the rich. I'm like, he's just a random guy, like who had money.
right?
Like,
What about his kid? Like, he didn't have, you know. Like,
shouldn't have been born rich. But yeah, I don't know. And that's coming from a poor person. Like, I just don't care. Like, I feel like if I could be rich, I mean, if I wanted to be rich, I could be. You know what I'm saying? I feel like anybody could. Like, if they really genuinely wanted to, like, and just wanted to go get, like, a really high-paying job, like, you could do whatever you got to do it here. No one's stopping you. You know what I mean? Like, you could get a job making $100K a year.
There's some obstacles.
Yeah, like school, which you could just take out loans like
I feel
everybody
like if
else.
I really wanted to dive into crime, I could get rich. You know
That
what I
too.
mean?
You have so many options.
Like, just
In
go
a-
a full on with it. You know, rob some banks and stuff.
No, I would say that's probably the least.
I think
like-
I'd be a good criminal if I really dedicated myself to it.
You
know
already
what I mean?
lost because you just
Yeah.
said that on a microphone on the podcast.
Well,
you
I'm
already
not-
ruined
I'm
your
not,
whole
like,
career.
considering it as an option, you know, I'm just
Well,
saying.
robbing banks is
in
a
a
lot
different
harder
life,
now than
you
it
know?
used to be. Then.
Yeah, it's not mission
Well, I
impossible.
probably
bro.
wouldn't like commit. I'd probably do like credit card fraud,
card
fraud or
fraud.
something, you know, something stupid like that.
Yeah,
you know.
I'm just saying, like, there's like no, like, there's so many options. You could go the GTA way. You could go to school. You could go be a phlebotomist, all right? Like, go to school for, like, not even 2 years, and you could be getting paid, like, 70 to 80K a year. Like, get yourself way above your fucking, like, current pay grade. But most people just don't want to fucking work. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't want to work. That's why I do what I do. I like my job because it's very chill.
Same.
You know, like, I'm not going to go work myself to death, but I'm not going to be mad at somebody because they did choose to do that. You know what I'm
Facts,
saying?
yeah.
I'm gonna be like, look at this fucking idiot. He went to school and got paid a lot of money. I hate him. You know, I hope he goes underwater and I just don't get that mindset. Like, that,
Maybe the people that are super bitter are people that did try to go out and do something and then just failed miserably.
Try
Well,
again.
yeah,
you
because
know?
they got a degree in fucking bullshit and got a shit ton of debt that they'll never be able to pay back with the degree. Even if they got the best job in said degree, they're still fucked.
I
Like,
mean, look, dude. I went to school for 2 years for an associate's degree in like art or whatever. Like, I'm paying back on that for probably the rest of my life.
case in
Like, but I don't care. I'm not gonna be mad about. I chose that.
Yeah, no.
that was my decision. I
Dude, the
should have
whole-
been like, maybe I should go for something a little bit better, but I didn't want to. I don't care. You know, you live and you live. That's it. You live and you live.
all right.
But anyways, I just wanted to say, we can't keep getting hype about people dying. I'm
with
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry. That's so terrible
I'm
to
not
say.
hype, but I'm not remorseful.
Yeah, there we go. I didn't mean to be controversial. Anyways, let's go into currently playing video
Been
games.
playing some things. Been playing some things.
One of you guys have been playing.
Indiana Jones and the Great Circle.
Oh, tell me about it, but don't spoil it because I'm about to get on that.
Isn't it just follow the movie though?
No, it's
No.
like set between the two movies.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's like a prequel.
in betweenal.
Yeah. Okay. The beginning, and I'm not even gonna say it. Never mind. You'll see. All I'm gonna say is the game is so fun. Like it's it's not a shooter. It's not even really like I don't even know.
It's just purely
what
an
it is.
adventure game.
It's an adventure game. It's just like you are
You know
solving
the vibe
puzzles.
that I'm kind of getting from it, and you can totally tell me if I'm wrong,
Yeah.
but it's given me that Peter Jackson's King Kong game from the original Xbox, like back
No.
in the day. You know what I mean?
Think more like old school 007 games.
Oh.
Like you're putting on different uniforms to like fit in like in certain areas. It's like very Hitman.
Like Hitman?
Yeah, it's got like Hitman vibes. It's all stealth action. I mean, you can go toe to toe with people, but like if they alert, like you're gonna have like the whole fucking like town on you. There's big open areas. Like it starts like some parts are linear, but then some parts are quite open, which are really fun. Like you're going through the whole Vatican City, like as a whole area. And like,
Cool.
like you're going into the buildings and stuff, and like trying to sneak around and find like you don't get XP from fighting people. You get XP from exploring. Like you'll
cool.
find like random books.
That
and,
should
like,
be the focus of an Indiana Jones game. Is
Yeah.
exploration. You know what I mean?
I'm having so much fun finding these little mystery notes and like solving the puzzles like around them to like open a safe and get like a book that gives you like more life, or it gives you like more health, or like a more endurance or whatever. Everything's based on this little 4 endurance bar like little squares, and like you can increase those by finding little books, and like you eat like food to give yourself like temporary like pluses and stuff. It's so fun.
Does
It's
it
like,
have like the iconic music and shit?
oh
in
yeah,
it?
dude, it's Machine Games. Like if you ever played the
what did they
Wolfenstein games,
Oh, yeah.
the more recent, the New Blood and or not New Blood, the what was the second one called, the big one?
The new Colossus.
New Colossus, like how cinematic that was and stuff. It's just like that, but like
But
Indiana
bigger.
Jones. It's just Indiana Jones, man, and like it feels like a full-on Indiana Jones movie, but like as a game. Like they could have just took this whole thing and made a movie out of it, but instead they gave you like a really cool story in a game, and then gave you the ability to play through it while also going off and like doing a collectathon of like you can like you're taking pictures of like all these different areas in the game. Like after I got done in Vatican City, like through all the story stuff and did all the side quests, there's like this guy you can go buy books from that, like if you buy the book, it'll show you on the map where every like picture thing is in the city. So like I just like to checklist things.
Yeah.
And at the end I was like, oh, I don't want to leave anything before I go to the next area.
Yeah.
So I'm just like walking around, like following the map, trying to hide behind things and like, get these pictures and whatnot. Like
How many
Is there-
hours into it are you think?
probably 10, I would assume, somewhere close to 10 hours.
Is it performing well on your computer?
Oh, I'm playing on my Xbox.
Oh, on your Xbox.
yeah,
Awesome.
it's fine. And like it's very fun. Make sure you explore, even at the very beginning, like explore around and look for stuff, because it looks like it's going to be linear, but it's not. Like there's a lot, like there's different ways to get to everything.
Is it 60 frames per second on the Xbox?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And
Yeah.
it's like 4K and ray traced and stuff like that?
I don't know if it's ray traced. I know it's beautiful.
I'm just curious because I know that the game does have ray tracing on the computer. I just don't know how much of that carried over to the Xbox. I mean, I know it's probably designed with Xbox
Yeah.
being maxed out. A lot of games I feel like are probably held back to work on both consoles, but this one is just purely like Xbox, so they could
Yeah.
use that extra 20% of power or whatever. Probably
It looks so good, dude. I'm telling you. Like no matter what, like console, if you play it on console or PC, it's gonna look great. It's very fun. No performance issues.
I've heard like on the PC it's had a couple of like performance issues, but it also got a patch like right after it came out. So I think the patch has smoothed over a lot of that. I don't know. I'm gonna try it tonight. And
I mean, it's on Game Pass.
Have you played it at all, Devin?
No.
Oh,
no.
okay.
I don't
I
think
was
that's
never-
his kind of game.
Well, no, I'd be into a game like that, but my thing is like I was never a big Indiana Jones.
Oh, I'm the
I'm a
opposite.
huge Indiana
I
Jones
love
fan.
I've
Indiana
seen-
Jones so much. Like
Yeah.
it's one of my favorite things when I was a kid.
Same.
I even like the one with fucking Shia LaBeouf in it. Like
I didn't like that one, but
And look, I'm not hating on the movies either. Before folks come from my head, like I've seen them. I was just like, all right, cool.
But
That
did
was
you?
that was a good
So
movie.
like that, they were kind of like a staple in my family. Like whenever
Same.
I was a kid, my dad like loved them, so we would watch them like all the time. Like we,
I mean, yeah, I'm sure I'd have a much higher regard
Yeah.
for him if
Yeah.
I was a kid.
especially like, and it's funny because we like the one that most people say is like the worst one, but we liked it the most.
Which one?
The Temple of Doom.
oh, I love Temple of
yeah,
Doom.
it's like
dude.
that's
Temple
this.
of Doom
Is it
is
the
so
Kali
good.
Ma-
Yeah.
Is that- yeah.
I love Temple of
That's
Doom.
the one I remember the most of because
Temple
of the
of
monkey
Doom and
brains
Hard,
and shit.
Yeah, and the Dr. Jones. You know?
I hate falling and
Yeah.
I hate getting wet
Yeah.
and I hate you.
There's so much like
So many good moments in that movie.
oh
dude.
yeah, and they bring all that vibe back. Like it feels like that. Like the whole game, like the puzzles and the like jokes and stuff in it is just it's perfectly written.
When I was a kid, another thing I was really into was the Young Indiana Jones series. There was like a TV show called Young Indiana Jones, and it had like I had them all on VHS tapes, dude, and they were fucking sick, dude. It was like a whole extra set of Indiana Jones adventures, but he was like, you know, young.
A child, yeah. It's like young Link, you know. Like as a kid, I would associate things like that. Like I'm like, oh, it's like the young Link thing. Yeah, but like, it's definitely worth a playthrough though. If you guys have any,
I have it downloaded, so
oh, dude, play
I'm going
it.
in.
You'll love it, and like it's way bigger than you're expecting. Like, don't think Vatican City is it. Like, you end up leaving Vatican City like after. So like. But there's so many puzzles. The puzzles are all fun. Like, the story's fun. And, like, I haven't had to look up anything yet. Like, I've been able to figure it all out on my own. Other than, like, Googling, like, certain things where I'm like, what order are the planets in? Because it'll be like, you know, I ended up finding out that I just wasn't looking at the back of the right paper. So I was staring at this note. Yeah, I could have just flipped the paper to figure. I was like, how did they just expect you to know that?
Yeah.
Like, but it was like on the back. But anyways, but outside of that, awesome. Anyways, played Evil Within 2 a little bit before that.
I love that game.
Never played it.
Did you play the first one?
Yeah, I love the first one. The second
first
one
one's-
is.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the first one's scarier for sure. It's a better like horror game, but the second one has interesting concepts and stuff.
The second one is what I was is what I imagined. Like whenever we were talking the other day about AA games, that's what the second one feels like to me. Where it's like it's almost a AAA game, but they didn't have the budget for it, so they give you like this open world that's kind of limited on things, and it's not very big. But there's a lot to do in it. You know,
it's a good game.
It's a really good game. It just felt very like limited. Like it felt like there's only a certain amount of enemies that could exist.
Well, the first game they use fear to mitigate that. Like they make you feel like constrained and confined. You know, like the very Silent Hill type of like
Resident
pressure
Evil,
on you know what I mean? That same kind of psychological thing where it's like you don't really want to explore. You just want to run to the next fucking room and try to not die. You know what I mean? Where in 2, it's not as scary, so you're more like, okay, I'm gonna go out and fucking look around a little, and you realize the limitations of, you know what I mean? Yeah, and then you can literally just get as powerful as you want, like in the first like 5 minutes of the game. I just like ran out and found like every gun, like leveled up all my shit, and then I'm just like walking around just blasting things like so easily. I did really enjoy 2. I think 1 is a better game, but I'm sad we're never gonna get 3 probably. You know what I mean? Yeah. But yeah, I was playing that waiting for Indiana Jones, and Indiana Jones I feel like is a better version of the Evil Within 2, like without the scare, like just the type of gameplay, like where you can just go out and explore things, and then like you're like trying to find stuff, but instead of like just looking for things and then killing enemies, you're solving puzzles and then doing it that way. Interesting. Well, you want to go or should I?
I've been playing some things.
What have you been playing?
Games, video games, actually. Yeah, imagine that. No. So a game I've been waiting a long time for, Behemoth.
Oh, how is it?
So
I haven't had money to get it.
It's beautiful. Visually, it is beautiful. It plays good for the most part. My only complaint, my biggest complaint, is the sword play is a little wonky.
You're not the first person I've heard say that.
So single-handed is fine for the most part, but any of the fucking two-handed weapons, forget about it. Hopefully, Hopefully, they're gonna patch it. How
far have you gotten in it?
Just past the first Behemoth.
Okay.
Because I wanted to I want to give them some time. They put out one day one patch, and then they just put out, or they're about to put out another patch here in 2 days.
Interesting.
A bigger patch. So I'm trying to give it a little bit of time because I've been super, super stoked for this game and really excited. And I know it can be what I expected it to be. It's just not quite there yet.
Yeah.
And they're aware of the issues that they're having and stuff. apparently there's some performance issues on Quest and PlayStation VR. PC, it plays fine. Like I was getting really good frames. The graphics are really, really fucking good. The gore is over the top. The gore system is fucking sick.
That's awesome.
I hadn't punched anybody's head off because I've completely forgot you could do that with like the grapple hook and then hitting them. But like I took a sword and you have like this ability that you activate. It's like a super strength thing for like a 10 seconds or however long. And that's when you can cut people to pieces.
Oh, that's cool.
And I took a sword and I did the ability and like I cut somebody from like just like an upward slice and they just fell apart into two pieces.
Cool.
And so that's super satisfying.
And you're playing on PC?
Yeah, on PC. With the Quest 3. And so that's super satisfying when there's like a whole group of them and you just go Hulk mode and just cut them all up. But I wish I could do it with this. I found this giant fucking sword pretty early on, but it's just unusable.
What about the actual like moment-to-moment gameplay? Like, I know it's made by the same people who did Saints and Sinners, right? Is it similar, or is it like...
So, no, not at all, actually, because you're going through a pretty linear story for the most part.
Okay.
It's not like areas to go and explore, at least not yet, but I'm pretty sure even seeing the setup of the next area that I made it to, I'm pretty sure it's going to be a linear path up until I fight the big bad.
Okay.
And then, so the first behemoth fight, which they are fixing this, his AI pathing and stuff was fucking garbage. And that was kind of disappointing too. But that's one of the biggest things that they're fixing in this next patch is they're going to fix like AI, how the behemoths specifically, their paths and stuff, and how they go after you and whatnot. Because I had to like literally run in front of the fucking behemoth and like wave my
attention.
Yeah, like wave my arms at him to get him fucking attacking me.
Amazing.
But like the scale of everything though is awesome.
Oh,
like,
it looks good.
Yeah, seeing like the huge fucking monsters, and then like when
everything looked pretty clear and stuff.
Oh
like,
yeah, even like the draw distance too. Like
that's a big one for me is draw distance.
Yeah, the draw distance even far out because I mean you're looking up at a fucking monster. It's like I don't know, 200 or 300 feet tall.
From the trailers, it looks like they use fog type stuff strategically to make the draw distance probably look better. You know what I mean?
Yes and no. On the Quest version in the PlayStation VR, a little, or Quest more than the PSVR 2. That's implemented, but on my PC version, like there's like a landscape that you come out to that you can see fucking forever.
Huh.
And then
it almost seems like the fog would make the ambience better. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, maybe in certain areas I'd have to pay more attention when there's actually like enemies fighting because I mean you're not really looking at the landscape when you have people in front of you swinging swords and shit. The sword fighting is really good in the fact that like when it's working, the parrying and the blocking and whatnot, like you actually have to match your sword up with the attack that's coming.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate that. It's not just a timed swing or, you know, this shit, that shit. If you don't swing at their sword or block their sword, they're going to hit you. You can't just do like a default swing.
I really want to try the PSVR 2 version of it to see what the haptics are like. You know what I mean? Because a lot of those games have really good like haptic feedback.
But I don't know in the sense of like, I mean, the only thing that I could really see like haptic is like
when you clang swords together with somebody.
Well, there's haptic in the Quest controllers for that. Like,
I bet it feels cool, right? Like
yeah, the vibrations and everything, or like when like the behemoth smashes through a wall, like you see in the trailer, like that shit. When stuff happens and you feel the vibration in the headset vibration,
like
that would be sick. Yeah. Huh?
I said, are there bows or anything?
Yeah,
like
I was
that?
gonna say the only thing like weapon-wise I could think for haptic is like the bow.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's more than just the triggers. Like the triggers are cool, but the vibration is different.
The vibration in the headset would be awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know it's cool on. Well, I've got a game I can talk about whenever you're done.
But yeah, overall, like, yeah, the sword fighting system and like being able to just chop enemies up, that's sick. Been waiting for a game like that for a long time.
Hell yeah.
It's damn near like the Obi-Wan game, like where you cut them is where they're getting sliced.
Yeah.
And so you can just have like limbs and people just all over the place.
You think
and you often think about things like this? So
says the guy dressed as the serial killer.
Whoa.
Yeah, call me.
Wow.
Now I do think about that sometimes. I'm like, man, why I really enjoy this aspect of the game, but like, why? You know? But no, it's a lot of fun so far. I'm putting it on hold because I want to see. I'm hoping that they fix, you know, a couple of my gripes with it, specifically the two-handed weapons. Like, there's a bunch of two-handed weapons, but they're just unusable because they don't swing right at all. It gets all clunky and just, yeah, it's weird.
That's how fucking Arizona Sunshine was for me back in the day. Like, they used to have, like, they originally implemented two-handed weapons into it, like, in the very first Arizona Sunshine. But then when you try to grab the gun, your whole gun just goes like this or something.
Oh, yeah,
so you're
like
just, like,
goes
walking
askew.
around trying to, like, shoot like this to make your actual aim line up. It was weird.
Nope, I would
Yeah.
just not play that game.
I just didn't use the two-handed weapons, you know?
I'd be like, I'm done.
The smaller enemies are cool. You have to actually like work away their armor and shit to kill them, and then yeah, I've only scratched the surface with
You
it.
think I should get that or Batman as my next VR
Ooh,
purchase?
Batman.
I don't know. I can't recommend Behemoth right now because it's not in a great state.
Yeah.
I've
Get-
heard good
get
things
Batman.
about Batman.
Really?
There's
But
no way it's bad.
Yeah.
we're talking VR here.
It's
I mean,
got
that's
really
the
good
way.
ratings.
It's Batman, dude. They're not gonna put a shitty Batman on VR. It's very detective. I've noticed. Like,
I've heard that it's basically just another Arkham game, but in VR. It's
yeah.
like a
If that's the case, then fuck yeah, I'd say Batman and then Behemoth later.
Also, because he's got the Behemoth lowdown, you get the lowdown on the Batman.
Yeah.
Bring it to the pod.
I am curious about that.
Yeah.
I wish one thing with this Behemoth game. I wish I had a fucking 40 by 40 room to play this shit in, so I could just
Yeah.
run around freely. Because you want to fucking, especially fighting the Behemoth. Like, I want it to run. Like,
yeah.
like,
It might be good on like on Native Quest. You know what I mean? You could go to some like a gym or something
Yeah.
and just play it. You know?
I have it downloaded on Native Quest too, so I bought it on Meta. So I
Oh,
have
cool. So it
PC,
gets you
yeah,
both?
and my Quest 3.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I mean any game like that, if they have a Quest
It's
3
worth
version,
it, you know, because then you can take it with you for sure.
yeah. And then what else did I play? Well, a tiny bit of COD. There was fucking something else.
Pokemon.
Oh, Half Sword.
Oh, okay.
Half Sword.
Yeah,
What's that?
I told y'all about it a while ago. They did like a little play test, but there wasn't any. Again, making me sound like a serial killer. There wasn't any gore to it. It's like this little, physics-based sword fighting game where you control the arms individually with your left and right click, mouse click, and so it's goofy as shit. You're just like they're all walking around all funky, swinging their arms and shit, but like it's so much fun. It's such a simple concept.
It's like a physics game.
It's a physics-based sword fighting game with wonky-ish controls.
That
What was
sounds
that
fun.
game?
Like Octodad, but like
Yeah, there was
In
a
a
game
sense.
that was just like that, but it was like a spear instead of a sword. What was it called? It was like, oh my gosh,
I have no idea.
it was really popular for like
Yeah.
a year. Oh my gosh.
Half Spear.
No, it's
Dude.
honestly like it's a tiny little game. I think it's like maybe 5 gigabytes or some shit. I highly recommend downloading it. I think you can just automatically download the playtest, but they updated the playtest with the gore. And when I first saw the video or like the trailer of it, they showed like gore in it and whatnot. It's hilarious, but also kind of fucked up because they go a little too realistic with it in some points. But no, this is. You have to like swing your
That looks goofy. That looks like a lot of fun.
It's great, and it's so hard to be good at it. But like sometimes you get lucky, and there's a bunch of different like classes of people that you can be, from like a peasant with just your fists, all the way up to a full armored knight, and then the armor and everything is realistic in that
Like
like.
it slows you down or something.
Well, yeah, it slows you down and more stamina, but also as far as like attacking someone in full armor, if you hit them with just a blade, it ain't doing shit. Like you need to go at them with like blunt, there's blunt force and stuff in the game. It's really neat. I recommend giving it a try.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
There's no multiplayer to it yet. It's just a play test, but I've already had hours of fun just playing the demo and different little game modes. They have like 1v1 or 3v3 or free for all with 5 people, or if you're a knight, sometimes there's a mode where it's you versus like 5 peasants or like lesser armored people, and that shit's fun.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, highly recommend it.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
I think that's all. That's all I can remember. If there's something else, but I can't remember.
Brent,
Well, if you think of it, just.
Oh yeah, been addicted to the fucking Pokemon Pocket, dude.
Oh yeah.
I've been horribly addicted to that.
I haven't
game.
been playing it as much lately.
I haven't been playing it, but every single day I wake up and I open my packs.
I open
and
my
do all that
packs,
shit.
yeah.
I haven't even been opening my packs.
They
I
just-
need to get back on
What
it.
the heck?
I know.
Unacceptable. You're never gonna catch
I
them all.
got pissed that I never got a Mewtwo EX and just stopped trying.
Dude,
I've
I
al-
was so mad too.
I just keep opening packs that don't have a Mewtwo EX. Meanwhile, Matt has the fucking special Mewtwo EX, the one that's like
Breaking
all
out of the-
gold and shit.
Oh.
Fucking-
I got
that
have y'all
one
seen
too,
that
yeah.
one?
I'm
Fucking tight.
only missing 8 cards, like
Damn,
out of the
dog.
whole thing.
I'm missing 7.
I can't wait till we
7
can
or 8.
trade because
Yeah.
I'll trade y'all whatever.
I have
for a
so many
Mewtwo
fucking
EX.
dupes of like really, really good cards
Me
to
too.
trade.
Yeah, I've got a
Same.
bunch of cool ones.
Dude, I think I probably have about like 10 Mewtwo EX cards.
That's some bullshit. I'll
Like, I
give you
just get them
whatever.
all
for
the time.
I have 2 Mewtwo EXs, and then I have 2. I was able to make that Mewtwo Gardevoir deck,
Yeah.
and they just launched a new challenge like fucking yesterday, I think.
Yeah. It's
of,
a
like,
consecutive
5
challenge.
consecutive wins in a row. In my first go on it, I got all 5, and I went up
Wow.
to like 7 with that fucking deck.
I
It's
just-
broken. There's only
It
a
is
couple.
broken.
There's a couple very specific decks that can like go against it and
My
beat
deck, I've got my deck kind of decked out to like fuck with, because I have the same deck, right? But I don't have a Mewtwo EX, and in its place I have a normal Mewtwo. But I also, my secret weapon is I have a Hypno in the fucking deck.
You just put them all to
I
sleep.
put you to sleep and I fucking do the thing, dude. It's
Yeah.
the 1-2 punch that you can't fuck with.
Well, I've been seeing some variations because there's a bunch of counter decks for the Mewtwo Gardevoir, and so people have been like experimenting with it now of
I
doing
love
like
that.
like
Poison.
instead of Mewtwo EXs, they're going 2 regular Mewtwo's and then throwing in like a fucking Jinx or
Dude,
a Hypno or whatever.
I honestly think regular Mewtwo's just as good, almost, because he does like 30 less damage, but you only lose 1 fucking token if they manage to kill your Mewtwo. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you lose
Yeah.
Mewtwo EX, then you get double tokens lost. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But the other downside is he doesn't have the 2 token move. The 2
Yeah, he
energy
doesn't have
move.
150 damage. He does like 130
120
or
or something
120.
like that.
Well, he does 120, but he only has 1 move instead of the 2 that the EX has.
yeah, but all you need is that 1 move if you've got Gardevoir.
Yeah,
And
but
fucking,
Well, not necessarily, because 120. Some of the other decks, like the Dragonite and stuff, are like 150 exactly on HP, and then stuff like that. So like you'll have to hit them twice, which is really obnoxious.
Yeah, but Dragonite's all luck. And if I got another Mewtwo in my motherfucking bench, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Dude, Dragonite is the most OP deck. And like if you can pull a Dragonite, and
yeah, but
it's
if,
just bullshit.
Yeah, that's a big if. There was like 8 games in a row that I did not get my Dragonite.
yeah.
Like-
And then
Damn.
with Dragonite, you got to build it up and have other,
You
And
gotta
then
have
there's al-
electric and
Well, I was about to say, yeah, and then there's also
Mewtwo
the
just
other.
comes right out the fucking gate, dog. Like,
Dude.
you don't have to evolve his ass or nothing. You just
No,
got
you do have to put 4,
Yeah,
energies.
but
on
if you
him,
also
though.
get your Gardevoir really fast, then it's fucking over.
I've got Gardevoir. I've got all the Gardevoir parts first turn, like, so many times. Like, you know what I
Well,
mean?
yeah, because you
And
got
then
to
if
put
you
2
get-
of each.
And then if you're playing with my deck, if you have Hypno, he can buy you a lot of time, dude. Like, if you're
Yeah,
lucky,
putting him to sleep.
yeah, you can get like 4 extra
Yeah.
turns out
Dude.
of it just having them sleep.
I was like, for the while, I didn't know before I got the Mewtwo EX. Like, I was coming up against a bunch of Mewtwo decks, and I was like, they were getting their shit so fast. I was like, what the fuck? I didn't realize that you could have like just 6 or 8 Pokemon, or like a very low number of Pokemon, and then the rest just be item cards.
Yeah,
Yeah, because
Yeah.
like the Mewtwo Gardevoir deck is just 2
and there are
Mewtwo
item
EXs.
cards that pull Pokemon out of your deck too. You
yeah,
know what
yeah,
I
yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah, but I didn't know you could just stack it all up and only have like a handful of Pokemon.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how the fuck are you getting this lucky when I'm struggling to get a fucking Dragonite evolution? Like,
yeah.
Another good like duo that I haven't seen people fucking with is the Bruxum and the Snowmoth thing. Like if you put them together, like you put them both out, like the Bruxum will come out and like he only does 10 damage
Unless they're
there's hit, and then it does plus 60 or whatever.
Yeah.
So like if you get the moth out there, it does damage, but also puts them to sleep. Then you swap them. Then Bruxum comes in, kills them, and then you can swap them again. Like because once
There's
they
like one energy.
yeah
or two
one energy
swap.
returns, so like you can just have them go back and forth the whole time, like every single play, and it'll just fuck people. Like, because they don't expect it. They see the Bruxum and they're like, oh, that's a trash card. But then, like, you just start swapping them back and forth. As long as you got that, like, evolved snow moth thing or whatever.
Frostmoth.
Frostmoth, that's what it is.
I've seen that strategy, but I've also wrecked that strategy a few times with my fucking
Mewtwo
deck.
I have the Mewtwo deck as well. Everybody's got the Mewtwo deck.
The other one that gets me or gets the Mewtwo deck is the Articuno Starmie deck.
That's some bullshit deck.
The fucking Articuno, especially if they get the Starmie fast, dude. Like,
Because Articuno does not need anything to like evolve or anything.
No.
You just throw Articuno out, pull out a Misty, and then just boom.
dude,
Like,
somebody got fucking 10 energy off of a Misty.
immediate. It's
I was
such
like,
bullshit. Dude.
9 times out of 10, they fucking flip a tails on the first one. I'm like,
Yeah.
fucking sucker. But then the like day before yesterday or something, somebody flipped 9 on the Misty, and I was like, Jesus
That's
Christ.
hilarious.
What's that say? That's been up there for a while. I
Oh,
didn't
that's
even.
from Twitch. I didn't see.
Yeah,
Not
my
bad.
bad. Well, sorry about that, Twitch.
Dead silent.
Is he talking about Indiana Jones? The only good Indiana Jones.
HJ Tisek said the only good Indiana Jones game is the Lego one.
Wow, that's because you ain't played the
Dang.
new one
Actually, that
HK.
one back in the day was dope too. There
on the
was-
original Xbox.
Yeah, you know the one I'm talking about.
It's crazy that Indiana Jones has always been like a Xbox like
Thing, yeah.
thing. I don't know why, but it wasn't Machine Games back then. It was just Lucas Arts back then.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Have y'all pulled any God packs? Out of
No, you said you got 2 of them.
I have. Yeah, I got fucking 2 somehow.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, all alternate art. Fucking every single one. I took a screenshot. Did I send y'all a screenshot?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
did. That's dope.
Yeah. Did I gloat yet? No. I'm just kidding.
Sorry. No, I've been horribly addicted to it. But Brent, what?
Yeah,
have
Brian,
been
what
playing?
you been playing?
Oh, well, I've been playing Metro Awakening. That's what I've been doing for
Dude,
my
I've
VR
seen
fix.
I've seen so much gameplay on that. It looks so good.
It's pretty good. Like I played it on PSVR 2, and like it's definitely got good graphics, and like the gameplay is scarier than I thought it was gonna be. You know, because I played the other Metro games, and like. You know, it's not scary when you're playing a Metro game, but then when you're like in the Metro, and,
yeah.
and there's like monsters jumping out of the vents at you and
Spiders
stuff.
crawling all over you.
It's like they do it. They know what they're doing, dude. They have them pop out behind you, and you turn around, and it's like jumping in your face. It's actually a pretty hard game too. Like there've been a couple of moments where I'm like shooting frantically, and like there's so much panic, I'm like struggling to reload, and the thing's like looking me dead in the eyes, and I'm just like. You know,
Yeah.
but the gameplay is just a pretty linear shooter overall. Like there's
Yeah.
not a lot to it, but like I feel like with VR, I'm okay with that. You know what I mean?
I feel like that's how all Metro games are. They're pretty linear.
Yeah, I feel it almost works better in VR. And then like when you put the fucking the gas mask on, it like the face mask on like vibrates, so it like you feel it like suction to your face almost.
Is this
like,
on PSVR too?
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool. And then
That's a
like
nice touch.
the haptics are good on everything, like the triggers and the like little filters when you take them off and put them on, and like
The weapons look so good too.
the weapons do look good. There's not very many weapons in general. Like right now, I don't even have the shotgun yet that's in all the trailers. But I've got like a crossbow and an assault rifle and like a pistol.
the revolver crossbow.
And like you can't change the like in the other Metro games you can like, you know, change the stock on your gun
Alter
or
'em.
whatever. But in this game you can find guns that have different alterations. So
you
like
can't customize.
let's
them.
say you kill some big bad coming at you, and like his gun is all chromed out with like a different stock and stuff. You can like throw your gun on the ground, pick up his gun, and just put it in your holster, and suddenly you've replaced your gun with a newer, better gun. You know what I mean? It's the same gun, but it just has different like cosmetic.
So it's Borderlands
No,
in that way.
You can customize guns
it's-
in Borderlands.
it's like
Can you?
Yeah.
I thought in Borderlands you just find guns.
In this game, it's like
Uh-huh.
it's not like it doesn't
one
feel
thing.
very
I don't think you
Borderlandsy.
customize.
Like you're just kind of like looting what people have on them. You know, they don't like explode with a bunch of shit.
No,
out,
I
you
just
know?
meant like you loot weapons. You don't
Yeah.
you don't upgrade them. You
Yeah.
just loot them.
Yeah, you just find them. Like sometimes you'll find a gun laying on a bench or something that just like looks cooler than the one you have or something. But for the most part, it's like pretty straightforward. There'd be like toxic areas where you have to wear the gas mask and stuff, and it'll fog up, and you can wipe it off and stuff with your hands.
That's neat.
It's pretty cool. And like wearing the gas mask while also wearing a VR headset is like a pretty cool, like it tricks your brain a little bit, makes you feel more like you're in the game.
Actually wearing
Yeah.
a gas mask. Did you actually have this fucking device on your face?
It's pretty cool. All around, I think it's a pretty decent game. I'm not finished with it yet, though. I need to get back into it. I've mostly been playing Dragon Age, which is what I've just got done. I finished the whole game this morning. Played it for like 100 hours. And I have very mixed feelings about it. Like, it's like it was good enough to keep me playing for the whole game.
Like the gameplay mechanics.
Yeah,
and-
like it was fun enough to where I like continued to play the game and like finish the game. The graphics are really good. Like the combat is fun, but like the dialogue is really bad. Like it feels like it was written by AI or something. Like the whole game has like a very like AI feel.
I heard the pacing was off. So like
it's
like
weird.
even how they talk, like the pacing was off.
It's very, very strange how they talk.
Yeah.
It feels very like janky and jerky, and like they're like very boring conversations which you have no agency over. Like you basically have 3 conversation choices every time there's a conversation, and all 3 are the exact same thing.
Outcome.
It's not like you're saying different things. It's just giving
One's
you
nice, one's like
one's
whatever,
funny
and
and one's like angry, but they're all the same thing. You're all saying that no matter what, all conversational roads lead to Rome. There's
Yeah.
no agency over your player choices or anything. You know what I mean? Which, in my opinion, is the difference between a lot of like this game and like the older BioWare games. Like there are things I'm happy about with this game for sure. Like I'm glad it's a single player game with 80 plus hours of content. You know what I mean? I'm glad that like it goes back mostly to BioWare's roots. But it's like at the same time, it feels like they just wrote the dialogue in 2 days. You know what I mean? Like it's so bad. It feels.
how
like
does it go back to their roots? What do you mean by that?
Well, like the game itself is just a very basic like RPG. Like you go from like there's like 8 different places you can explore or something like that, maybe more. It's very like Mass Effect's planets type areas. You know what I mean? Like. But at the same time, I feel like Mass Effect Andromeda is a better game, which is one that everybody hates on, you know what I mean? But solely because the writing is better, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? In a game that's so dependent on like the dialogue and stuff, it's like it's really hard to have bad dialogue, you know what I mean? Like I don't know, like the whole like more than 50% of the game is talking, you know what I mean? And the talking part just can't be bad, like and it drags. Like if the conversations were good, if they were engaging, if I cared about more of the characters than just Emmerich, like there was one companion character out of the like 8 you have or whatever that's interesting even a little bit, you know what I mean? And like all the other ones are just boring, zero personality other than like the one trait that the game wants you to focus on from that person. You know what I mean? Like they're very, very one-dimensional characters who feel like they're written by a robot.
So
You
it's
know what I mean?
basically like the dwarves from Snow White. There's like Grumpy, and then like
Yes, exactly.
Like that kind of-
exactly. You got your dwarves from Snow White working with you. And then, like, I don't know, it wants you to care about these characters, but it, like, never gives you a reason. Like, the whole time they've just been like, oh, we're happy-go-lucky buddies, and we're all blah, 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 blah. And it's just like, okay, I don't care about their relationship because there's no, like, inner turmoil. There's no conflict, except for, like, one. Okay, so there's, like, maybe 2 or 3 points in the game where it gives you, like, a decision to make, and the decision vastly impacts the, like, way the game goes, like the story itself. And those are by far the best moments in Dragon Age of Veilguard. They're few and far between, But like when they happen, it's like you'll sit there at your screen like, holy shit, I gotta make this decision. And then you make the decision and it's like, did I make the right decision? You know what I mean? It's the kind of decisions that in a previous BioWare game
Or like every
would
conversation.
well, not just that, but it's like they would have made me go back and play the game again just to see how the other decisions played out. But it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to have to wade through this slog of fucking shitty dialogue to fucking get back to those moments. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like, I don't know. It just has a lot of potential. Like I think if with solid writing, it would have been a hard 9, but it took it down to like a 7. You know, it's not a bad game. It's just not a good game. You know what I mean? Like it's very like the modern Assassin's Creed games have way better writing. If that tells you anything, you know what I mean? Like,
Dude, I don't know if I should respect you or like be upset with the fact that you played through 100 hours of an okay game. Like that's like mad respect
Well,
for
here's the
like
thing.
the
Respect for
dedication.
finishing it.
it's
Yeah.
a Dragon
like-
Age game, and I'm a dedicated
I know.
Dragon Age fan. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to play the newest installment of Dragon Age because if they make a future Dragon Age game that doesn't suck, I have to.
But didn't
know
this
what
one
hap-
have like nothing to do with any of the other ones?
No, that's whoever said that is lying. It
Oh,
has
okay.
everything to do with the other ones. They just shit all over the fucking lore. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely continues the story from the fucking previous game. Like there's characters, like tons of characters, including your character from the previous game that show up and do things, and like story beats that are continued from the previous game. But there also is like things that are important from the previous games that are just kind of not mentioned. Like Morgan has like a son that's not brought up at all. Fucking there's just things going on in the world that aren't mentioned. Like there's a lot of like random shit that is just kind of like left out. And then all the characters that are brought back are kind of bastardized in a way that's like just makes them dumb. You know what I mean? Like I don't even know how to explain it. Like all my favorite characters from fucking Inquisition came back, and you'd think, okay, that's cool. You get to see all your favorite characters again, but they just made them all doofy and stupid, and it's just like, I don't want to see Varric again if he's just gonna be this big fucking dumbass. And then it's just like, and then
He's like, hey, Brent, it's
No.
been a long time.
but then, okay, and then I will say this: the last like 2 hours of the game are fantastic. Like the last 2 missions of the game are some of the best 2 missions in BioWare history. Like they're so fucking dope and good. But like you have to go through like 78 hours of fucking shit to get to those 2 hours.
So
you
you
know
got
what I'm saying? Like
2% of the game was awesome.
and that's the problem. It's like they just started actually writing the game at the very, very, very end of the game. Like it's like the writers stepped in and actually only did something at the end of the game. And like between then, it was just all like AI shit. Like it really felt like AI. Like I don't know.
Nothing you've
I
said
mean, I
is
have
good.
heard that like video game studios have been using AI for like helping them. Like maybe they implemented it.
I hope
for-
they're not using it for writing because it genuinely, that's what a lot of it feels like. A lot of the dialogue is inconsequential. There's a lot of weird things they just added in. Like everybody's just drinking coffee for some reason. Like why the fuck would we have just like, why are we all drinking coffee? Like what? Like when did coffee become a thing in the fucking Dragon Age world? And why is everybody obsessed with it now? Like
or high fantasy
fucking-
in general.
it's
yeah.
just weird. Like they try to like put shit from the real world into it.
That is what is killing all of fantasy today. Literally. The same thing with Star Wars. They keep trying to put real shit in there. It's like, bro,
Yeah.
it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Put things in there you can be like, oh, that's like this thing, sure, but not when you're
yeah,
actually
death
you're putting.
sticks. Death sticks are awesome because we all know what that means.
Yeah.
But it's not a cigarette. Nobody in Star Wars is like, hey, pass me the fucking cigarette. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's like, you want a death stick? You know, because it's a fake world. You know, like with a fake name. Like it's
I heard somebody say something like if the new Dragon Age the Veilguard was like a new IP that was totally its own thing set in its own universe, then it would have been a better game. And I think I agree with that. Like there are definitely positive things to take away from Dragon Age the Veilguard, but the fact that it doesn't feel like a Dragon Age game is a big problem for I think most Dragon Age fans. You know what I mean? It's like, who is your
Yeah.
target audience here? You know what I mean? Like
We all know. No, I'm just kidding. No, I think what it is Gen Z. Like, I think it's younger generations, but they don't realize that Gen Z doesn't care about that game because they didn't grow up with it.
Playing Dragon, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but then again, nobody at BioWare now was there during the original games. Like, this is a whole new fucking ship here.
Well, it feels like a BioWare game. It just feels like a really bad one. You know what I mean? Like, it's got the right idea, but I think a lot of that also goes back to them like reformatting the game, because at one point it was like a live service game. Like, they were gonna like totally make it a different thing, and then they're like, nope, we're gonna redo it, and they like redid the whole game, and that's why it took so long to come out. I really think that when they just scrapped their original story or whatever, like, they kept parts of it, because they probably worked really fucking hard on it, and then they just tacked on some Speed Racer fucking story that, like, just doesn't make any fucking sense, I mean, the story made sense, I guess. It was just dumb. Like, and it kind of just throws you into the fucking middle of it, like, at the beginning. It starts like right in the middle, you know what I mean? Like, it's weird, and then like the end has some cool twists and stuff that you have to wait way too long to like get paid out for. I don't know. Overall, I'd give it a solid 7. It's not as bad as everybody makes it out to be, and it's not as good as all the critics make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's one of those games that's just somewhere in the middle. You know what I mean? Like, when you see all the clips and stuff of it online, it's like they've taken, moments of like hundreds of hours of gameplay. You know what I mean? But at the same time, it's definitely like, it's annoying. The game itself, the dialogue, like the actual fucking, like, I don't know, man. It could have been a lot better, but it also could have been a lot worse. I just think it's going to be one of those games that's kind of forgotten with time. When people look back at Dragon Age, it won't be the Dragon Age game that they think about. You know what I mean? But it will exist. You know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I understand.
It was a game.
Yeah, that's always strange to me, like, thinking on teams that exist now that are just completely different people. Like, it's like just nobody there was there, like, in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? Or like
maybe some old execs or something.
Yeah, none of the creative team. Yeah. Like, apparently, like, BioWare laid off more than like 50% of their staff like years ago, and then like rehired people and like all this stuff. So it's just very strange to think like that. They basically were like, here, this is how BioWare games are made. We need you guys to make us a BioWare game. It's like, how does that work? Like, how do you can't just like show somebody, like, when somebody new works at McDonald's, they're like, here's how you make a fucking patty. We have an exact way to do this. You can't be like, here's an exact way to make a fucking BioWare game. Make us a BioWare game. It's like, it's just the title, BioWare.
There is a formula, though. And this game loosely followed the formula, but you know what I think the piece of the formula that's missing is?
Drew Karpyshyn.
But
he only worked on Anthem. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm just saying, like, if you had I joke, but if you had a writer like Drew Karpyshyn, it could have turned that game into something amazing. Like, obviously the talent is there. Like, the game
to make game-wise.
The game is optimized wonderfully. The combat is good. Like, it's graphically, like, that was one of the things I was worried about after seeing like the cartoony looking like graphics. It looks beautiful. Like, it's fully path traced. It's like incredible looking. Like, the graphics and the gameplay aren't the problem. It's the writing. Like, we need a real good writer.
Actual writer. Well, they had like 10 writers alongside Drew Karpyshyn, but all of them were let go. All the original writers are gone. So it's like, these are all just new, like, young and hip writers that, like, they know what's cool with the kids.
We need one lead writer with a vision and a bunch of people.
You need an old person. Like, you need somebody who is above the age of 30, like above the age of 35 even.
Like, whoa, hold on.
Like,
talking about old people above the age of 30.
No,
I
I'm
like
an older person.
No, yeah.
Like, I get that there's got to be like a new guard, that comes in or whatever, but like, it's not time yet. All right. It's definitely not time. You got to pull a Nintendo where, like, you keep the old guard until they are literally dead. All right. You pay them well. You give them benefits. You make them your people. They're your mascot. The people at BioWare were your mascots. Like everybody was like, I want a BioWare game because Drew Karpyshyn works with them. I want a BioWare game because it's a fucking BioWare game. And like it's just, like if you don't treat your employees like that or keep them, like what are you then? You're just a machine that turns out like random. It's not art anymore. It's not like a, you know what I'm saying? Like
product.
It's a product, which I guess it's always been that way. But like the older I get, the more I'm like, it's just dumb.
Well, I think the problem with Veilguard is like they had a good idea, like the concept, like the beginning, middle, and end is all it's sound, like it should work on paper. You know what I mean? But the problem with the game is the little quiet spaces in between.
The in betweens.
It's the moment to moment
The
where
journey.
you're like, it's the journey to get there. Yeah, it's like if every part of Lord of the Rings sucked except for when Frodo threw the ring in the fire. You know what I mean? Like that's what Veilguard.
Don't you dare say that that's true. But I thought you were about to be like,
Shut the fuck up.
the only high fantasy I like.
No, I was gonna say
like, you're about to drop
I
some.
was like,
shit.
that's a bad story though. Like,
But
like
that-
everything that you've described, I'm like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like that'd be.
Well, I can't.
There's
like,
one
ruin
guy.
I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's an epic tale, but it just like it could have been executed better. You know what I mean?
That's like having like a really cool idea and then just like, or like having like 3 or 4 really cool ideas and then not writing the story, just like
just
having like,
stretching him way the fuck
yeah,
out.
just having like a really cool idea here and then like you just have them talk a little bit and then the really cool idea
I'll
happens.
tell you what it's like. It's like going into a fucking AI program and typing in a really good idea and telling it to write you this fucking story for a video game.
I like that.
Been playing anything else, Brent?
Nah, that's taking up most of my time. But thankfully, I'm done with it, and I'm moving on to fucking Indiana Jones and Stalker 2.
Yeah.
Probably Indiana Jones
Oh.
first, and then Stalker 2.
I played some Stalker
I
too.
played a little bit of Stalker too.
What'd y'all
It's
think
empty.
about it?
It's empty, dude.
What'd you think about it?
Eh.
It's empty. It's
I
like-
didn't get to the point to be like, oh, it's empty.
It
but I
got
got
really
to the
good
town.
reviews.
That's because okay. And this is gonna sound fucked up, but it's because they're Ukrainian and a bunch of people died that worked on it. So like, there's a huge like
Support behind it.
everybody in the industry, even like okay, I was even listening to a podcast at IGN, and the guys were like afraid to say that the game was bad, like because they were like, I don't want to like hate on. I'm like, you're not hating on them. It's just that they're like, they were going through a lot, like there was a war and all this stuff. It's like, yeah, that's understandable, but that doesn't mean the game's good.
Yeah.
You can't lie to people and say the game's good and then people go out and spend money and then it's not a good game. It's not.
The team even
yeah.
put out, they were like, look, we made the game that we could make.
Yeah,
Yeah.
literally, it's a half-baked game. That it's basically like it's got the foundation for like an amazing game. Like the world's huge. It's like beautiful. It's like that's the best part is that the world is big and beautiful. Then there's nothing in it. Like you can go and do all these like missions and stuff, but like you don't
Bad
get
case
anything.
of We Happy Few type
I guess
vibes. Like
I didn't play that one, but yeah,
it had a lot of potential, but then it just ended up being a big empty.
it could be really good. Maybe they could pull a Cyberpunk and like flip it around in like a year or so. But like right now, there's just nothing to do in it. Like you just go out.
I liked Cyberpunk when it first came out.
Yeah, but Cyberpunk was better than this
Okay.
when it came out.
No, that's based.
Like
Cyberpunk was just unplayable. All the
Yeah,
a
it was
lot of the
just
shit was
I think
there.
I was just very fortunate to have a computer that could
Yeah.
handle it. A lot of people were trying to play on PS4 or something,
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is a more No Man's Sky, need to add more shit type.
yeah, there's
But not
like
as bad as No Man's, but like not near as bad.
yeah.
But like it just needs more to the world.
Well, I'll probably still give it a whirl ski just to see what's up, but
Yeah.
Yeah, it took me 20 goddamn minutes to beat the first fucking monster that you come across. That invisible bastard.
Oh, I killed him pretty quick. But also, the first day I tried to play it, I didn't even get to him because there was such bad like control issues like on the Xbox. Like if you were using a controller and you tried to walk in a straight line, your character would just randomly jolt to the right. And it was a big like a bug, and so like
There's been a lot of big patches
Yeah.
to come out for it too since launch.
Yeah, they did patch that. That's fixed, so you can play with a controller now, and it's fine. But I mean, like I played for a good like 5 to 6 hours. I just got kind of bored because like every time I would go out to get something, like I would go on this cool like quest, and I'm like, oh sweet, I hope I get something good, and no, there's nothing. But anyways, let's get into the video game news.
Yeah, thankfully we don't have that much.
Just so you guys know, we are using video game articles from news sites from around the web, and we do not claim any of the articles as our own. We're simply bringing them all to one place for you from our mouths.
I got a pretty interesting one.
Go straight
It's not
into
big. It's not big news, but I thought it was fucking hilarious.
Do it.
And the title was very misleading too. So, Red Dead Redemption's John Marston actor Rob Whitehoff starts OnlyFans, but it's not what you think. So to cut this article, I already read through it. To cut it short, the John Marston actor, he started an OnlyFans for his fitness journey.
Oh.
It's a very
me
odd
too.
place
That's
to post a fitness journey, but sure, hopefully it gets a little.
I'm sure it'll start as that.
Once he gets fit. It's just
Yeah,
gonna be
once
him.
he gets fit, things might go a little different
God.
direction.
But yeah, he claims it's not your normal OnlyFans. He's like, it's just documenting my fitness journey and this and that. And he's like, I don't know. He's like, if you want to come join me on my fitness, yada yada yada. So
How much?
Mhm.
No, I'm just kidding.
yeah, that was my kind of question. Like, how much do people got to pay to watch an old man work out?
Right? Like,
How old is this guy?
Like,
He's probably not that old.
no, he's old. He's older.
Oh, is he?
Like gray hair.
He knows. Okay. All right. Ubisoft's share price skyrocketed amid intensifying rumors that Chinese mega corporation Tencent is engaged in buyout talks. The company behind Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, and Rainbow Six Siege. He's not that old.
yeah, you know
I said
that
old.
old.
I said older. I didn't say like little old man.
That's what I was imagining when you said that, though. Like
He described himself as an old man too. So in the article,
most handsome men
48.
do. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay.
48. Okay. All right.
it's new.
It's not that bad.
50 is the new 40.
Yeah. 70's the new 40. Whenever I'm 70, okay. No, but Far Cry and Rainbow Six Siege has suffered a torrid year. That's a funny word. With multiple studio closures. I feel like they just like thesaurus that. They were like, I want something cool, like torrid. With multiple studio closures, mass layoffs, and game shutdowns. The company's next big game, Assassin's Creed Shadows, was delayed into 2025, and Star Wars Outlaws failed to meet sales expectations. According to Reuters, Ubisoft shareholders are considering how to structure a possible buyout of the French company without reducing the founding Guillemot family's control. The Guillemot family is the largest shareholder in Ubisoft and is reportedly in talks with Tencent and quote-unquote other investors as it seeks funding a management buyout. Tencent is the second largest shareholder in Ubisoft with 10%, and according to Reuters, has yet to decide whether to fund the buyout. So it's too late now for us to all go invest.
That was a shitty use of torrid.
Is it? What does torrid mean?
So the standard American definition is like hot and dry. The British definition, the English definition is trials and tribulation.
Maybe this is like
difficult.
Perhaps he's a Brit.
UK
Go.
IGN.
Yeah.
IG in UK.
Absolutely
I
torrid.
don't, it just sounded wrong to me, and I was like,
does
"Why does
sound
that?"
wrong.
I was like, "Why does that sound so wrong?" And I looked it up, and it's because I know it as like just dry or hot,
Yeah.
arid landscape.
Arid. That's what I was
Arid.
thinking. Yeah. Torrid is like, yeah.
It's close to arid. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Interesting. Okay.
The more you know.
Yeah. Welcome to Chat GP Trivia. No,
Brent.
Okay.
Well, we should do
So
vocabulary.
apparently there was an Easter egg that people have found in the Black Ops 6 map with the big nuke in the middle of the map. Have y'all seen this?
yeah.
Like if you're playing on a private match, you can just shoot the shit out of the nuke, and then eventually it'll go off and
is that
like,
only a
kill
private?
everybody in the. Yeah, you can't do it on on normal lobbies.
That's dumb.
Boo.
People would be doing that way
Boo.
too much. Right?
Yeah,
That's
There would be
true.
one troll in every match. As soon as you started losing, that would be your like.
as soon as the match starts, the whole lobby's going to
Right.
Devin?
Oh, Oh fuck.
Devin.
Oh, by the way, I also played the new Microsoft Flight Simulator that came out.
How was that?
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's like pretty much exactly like the old one.
Yeah, it's just like an update more so than like a. I don't know why they posed it as such a launch. Because
Because
even
they added like missions and stuff.
Well,
They
but
made it into a game.
Oh.
yeah, but there's always been missions and shit. It's just not as like easy to get to.
No, and you couldn't get out of your shit like you can now.
Yeah. So you couldn't get out,
Oh,
but
you
like
can
there's
get out of your
there's
shit? I
there's
didn't
always
even-
been like missions like you could do like the fucking the fire plane shit and like other things.
They added like 30 new ones apparently.
Yeah,
though.
but yeah, I mean I know they added like stuff, but I'm saying it's like they were treating
an
it like
expansion.
they were treating it like a whole ass launch of launch.
Launch.
Fucking 32 hitting puberty.
Microsoft hit that button. They knew you were talking shit,
They're
dude.
like, "Hey, get him. Fucking,
The simulation.
but I
dude.
don't know the way they posed it though, because even on like Game Pass and shit, they like showed it as like a new game, and I'm like, it's just
I think they also updated like the whatchamacallit, the fucking engine or something. They did something to it that
I'll have to look
warranted
into
the
it. I
2024.
was looking into it a little bit because I've played Flight Simulator here and there, but in VR,
Yeah.
which is not a very good experience unless you have a fucking monster of a machine. But
Yeah, you got to have a pretty good computer just to play it fucking flat screen.
yeah,
Anyways, Grand Theft Auto publisher Take-Two Interactive still hasn't revealed the GTA 6 release date, and other publishers are reportedly refusing to commit to 2025 dates until they know they can avoid it. Anonymous sources familiar with publisher deliberations told Bloomberg that the anticipation for Rockstar Games' next big title is so high that it's causing ramifications for the rest of the video game industry. GTA 6 is currently scheduled for a vague fall 2025 release, but many are cautious of a delay since Rockstar hasn't said anything about the game in over a year since it released the record-breaking trailer showing off the modern Vice City. Publishers therefore want to see if Rockstar will release GTA in fall 2025 or postpone it to 2026, essentially so they can do the opposite. Grand Theft Auto is such a colossal franchise that rivals are scared of it monopolizing consumer attention, and GTA 6 in particular is expected to be the best-selling game of all time.
Well, it's official. We're not getting any video games at all this year.
No.
They're
Thanks
going to
a-
announce it
thanks
for
a
the
lot,
end of the year.
Rockstar.
Or I'll tell you what's going to happen. GTA 6 is going to be announced in like a few months. And,
And
they're
then
gonna
they'll
be
delay it
they'll
to
be like the end of the year.
2026.
Yeah, everybody's going to put their shit to the next year, and then they're going to delay it right before it comes out.
And then
to-
they'll delay all their games
Yep.
to the following year.
and we'll just never get to play video games again.
Rockstar, look here, you pieces of shit. You better fucking give them.
We're all gonna
a
get
release
ripped
date.
and like get tans. Like we're gonna have to go outside.
Gaming's just gonna come to a screeching halt. Nintendo's
Yeah.
gonna take back over. Just
Oh, dude. Yeah, like
They just need to give. They just need to put out a release date already.
no.
Dude.
I like this. I like the.
No,
the
you
scare.
like
I like the fear.
Fucking developers being scared and not releasing shit just because they
I
don't
wish they
know
would
when
just-
GTA is going to come
what
out.
if it just came out tomorrow? They're just like, fuck it, it's out.
Dude, if they did that, like
It'll break
there'd
the
be like a
world.
record breaking like of people not going to work or school. Like,
Dude, yeah.
can you imagine? Like,
The whole world would just stop. It'd
Yeah.
be like Pokemon Go all over again, dude.
They wouldn't do that this close to Christmas.
No, would they?
it wouldn't even
Wow.
matter. Like, it doesn't matter when they put GTA 6 out. It's gonna sell the same no
Yeah.
matter what. Like,
It's gonna be stupid. As
They-
a matter of fact, it
fucking
might be
do it
better to
already,
do it at the
Rockstar.
beginning of the year just so you can get another pop around Christmas. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's kind of crazy to think that. Wait, Grand Theft Auto 5 came out in what 2010?
14
Some
years ago.
13 or something, 2000.
13 or 14 years ago. I don't remember exactly.
13 or 14 years ago. It was like 2011, I think. 2010 or 2011.
I'm pretty sure I was working at the docks whenever it came out.
Let's see.
So I want to say 2013-ish.
Nah. You're right. 2013. I thought it was 2010. That's
Okay,
still a
that's
long
why I
ass
was thinking
time.
Still a long
It's
time.
still
yeah.
11 years.
Yeah,
That's why I was thinking 13 years because it's 2013.
yeah.
Damn. 11 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
And GTA 5 is still popular.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still,
Blows-
I mean, it was a
blows
good
me-
ass game.
It was.
you
No,
know?
yeah. I mean, no, don't get me wrong. I put hundreds and hundreds of hours into GTA Online. I was one, but like back in the day.
Yeah.
Like fucking 9 years ago.
I still think, like, to be honest with you, I still think it was kind of like not that crazy. Like the way GTA 6 looks, like I don't think I ever felt that way about GTA 5. Like I was obsessed with GTA 5. Like I loved it. But the way that I'm seeing GTA 6 like in the trailers and stuff, I'm like, all right, this is going to be some next level shit.
I don't know, man.
I disagree.
I was pretty obsessed with GTA 5 came out.
I was too. I played the shit out of it, but I wasn't like, this is next. I was just like, it's more GTA. Like it was bigger.
I thought
felt
it was
better.
pretty next level.
It felt like a big step up from 4 to me, personally.
Yeah, but
You
4
know,
was also kind of like, I almost feel like they shrunk 4
felt
down.
like a step back from
Yeah.
San Andreas just because there was so much shit to do in San Andreas.
Yes.
Like between the
Yes.
turf
Little-
wars
little
and the
things,
fucking
yeah.
like, and then you get a 4 and like
They took all
we
the
got
RPG
bowling.
elements
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, you
in
could get
4.
fat or you could get buff.
Oh
you
yeah,
fucking-
San Andreas had a lot going for it.
Yeah.
Just like aside from like the graphics, you know, even at the time the graphics were spectacular. But you
But maybe
know,
that's why, because I didn't really play 4. I went from San Andreas to 5.
Yeah, I
so
didn't re-
like
I didn't
to
really play
me,
4
I was
either.
like 5. You can't like get fat. You can't work out. You can't do all these things like that you could do in San Andreas. So like to me, it was like it was a step forward in graphics and like how big everything was, but it was a step back in like some of the mechanics. Like they put a lot more into the narrative. Like I feel like it was obviously like it felt like you're watching a movie almost like in the narrative, and I thought that was really cool. But like it wasn't like mechanically like holy shit. Like that's why I'm like very interested to see what they're
I
going to do.
feel like
with
5
those.
was to me like there was
Yeah.
so much more to it than like I mean there's so much little intricate shit like with your like phone that you can do and like switching between the characters and like I don't know there was just a lot going for it that like maybe at the you know now looking back doesn't seem special but like at the time was crazy.
Well, I mean,
like,
we have to take into account like it's 11 years old and the graphics and the engines still hold up.
and it
Well,
was
they've
all-
updated that shit.
Still, on
Not
for
by much.
360, it was really impressive for what it was. You know,
Yeah,
what I
that's
mean?
where I originally played it was on 360.
Yeah, same.
Actually, yeah, like yeah, because Xbox One was already out at that time, or it was about to come out.
No,
or
it
I
something.
had
it launched right
I had
before.
I bought it on 360 and it was on 2 discs, bro.
Yep.
You had to.
I remember, dude, me and Kenny, we lived together. We were sitting there fucking playing it like the whole time. But it was just like
Red Dead Redemption felt like a massive step forward too. Like, Red Dead Redemption 2
yeah.
specifically. Like,
definitely two is like what if they would have put all that shit into Grand Theft Auto.
well, that's like a little to me. That's a sneak peek of what we're gonna get out of.
That's what I'm
6,
excited
You know what
for.
I mean?
That's-
Like that same amount of quality,
Yeah.
but obviously in their most loved franchise,
They're
is
putting
gonna be-
animals. There's never been. I'm like still
There's
to
been
this.
animals.
No, not like what they're planning on doing for like apparently they're gonna put like fucking like gators and like all that shit. Was that in
Yes.
in Grand Theft Auto?
Yeah.
So there weren't animals in online. There were animals in GTA like
I
story.
guess
You can get eaten by a shark. You can get
There's
attacked
whales.
by cougars
Oh,
and
yeah.
shit. Like,
There's whales. There's different types of whales. Fish. All kinds of shit.
yeah. What the fuck? Yeah, I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
You could even find
There's even
fucking
Bigfoot.
mushrooms to turn into.
they
Wait,
added
did
the
they add
Bigfoot.
Bigfoot in
yeah,
there?
like
Yeah, that was the stuff that I was excited about in San Andreas was like trying to find like I mean I remember us literally looking for hours.
well,
like,
that's why
to-
they put him in
'cause-
5 because
Yeah.
everybody had that like
the Chainsaw Massacre thing like and
Never solved the fucking
There's
alien thing.
so
man.
many Easter eggs in 5, like aliens and ghosts and fucking crazy shit. Like
Yeah.
yeah, the alien thing doesn't lead to anything though. They still
No,
haven't
it
like
never
shown
did.
that.
they have all kinds of wild alien Easter eggs though. Like you can build up to the one on the Mount Chiliad where the thing comes over you and like hovers there and shines the light down on you and stuff. I mean, I feel like that's pretty much the climax of the alien Easter eggs. Like, you know what I mean? Like that's about as build up to as it
People
gets.
thought that
you
there
know?
was a jetpack for a long
Yeah,
time.
everybody thought something was gonna happen though.
They had the jet. That's one thing in San Andreas that was a lot of fun was the jet.
Jet.
Well, they
Jetpack.
added the jetpack in online eventually.
That's fun.
But,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll be
Fuck you,
pissed off.
Rockstar. Give us a fucking release date. You piece of shit.
Yeah.
Man, I saw some like screenshots the other day from like leaked screenshots from 6 that look crazy. I don't know if they're real or not, but they looked fucking
Where'd you
nuts.
see them?
I don't know. It
Because
was,
I want to see them.
it was really cool
Did you see the parody game? The
though. No.
Grand Taking Ages 6?
Oh my god, dude.
I just don't understand what that name means. Grand Taking Ages.
Just like a joke at Grand Theft Auto taking ages to release.
Oh, okay. I didn't get that. Like, whenever I read that title, I thought they were just like trying to play on like Grand Theft Auto, like, and then sell the game.
Well, no, it was just a pair. I don't know if there was even a game at all, but there was like a sale release of something. Yeah, it was just a straight parody. It was Grand Taking Ages 6.
That's tight. Yeah, I thought it was like one of those shovelware games, like on the fucking like.
I mean, I'm sure it's not a game at all.
I think it was actually on the PlayStation Store. I could be wrong.
It was listed somewhere as a legitimate game.
Yeah.
And people were like, "What the fuck?" Brent.
Oh
yeah, it's
my
Brent.
bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
because
see.
Jamel skipped me.
my Brad.
My Brad. Let's see.
You skipped me, sir.
Did I?
We got to talking about a game or something. Oh yeah, Flight Simulator.
Here you go, guys. For all you pancake lovers out there, the new partnership between Xbox and IHOP kicked off in November with a special edition custom Xbox menu and a menu inspired by Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Now it's come to light that the partnership also includes the opportunity to get Indiana Jones and the Great Circle for free if you spend enough money at IHOP.
That's like a something for like exciting for like 10-year-olds.
Dude, I used to eat a
15
lot of
years
IHOP
ago.
when I was in college. Like, dude, 10 years ago, I was going to IHOP like every night. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. I definitely spent $200.
He was rich 10 years
I
ago.
miss back in the day when you could go to IHOP after the bar and they still allowed smoking in there and people would get in
Yes.
fights and shit. It was damn near like the
Waffle
Huntsville IHOP was damn near Waffle House.
It used to be right next to GameStop too, so we
Yeah.
would go in there and
Is it
sit there
not?
and drink coffee until the fucking midnight release. No.
GameStop's over by Target.
Well,
now.
GameStop's by Target now, but yeah, but it's still the IHOP,
The
is
IHOP's still in the same place,
location.
Yeah.
but it's not by GameStop anymore.
GameStop used to be by IHOP.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everything is centered around IHOP.
Damn, dude, I forgot GameStop used to be over there. Holy shit.
Anyways, you can get pan coins if you spend money at IHOP, and if you spend $200 worth of IHOP, you get enough pan coins for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Which,
200 what?
I mean, look, that sounds like a lot of money, but if you go to IHOP a lot, that's like 4 visits to IHOP with 2 people. You know what I'm saying?
Also, my question is, what is the collaboration pancake? What's it
Yeah,
look
they
like?
got some adventure cakes.
I
Are
don't
they
know.
just
I
calling
didn't
it
get
the
that deep
great
into it.
Great Circle because it's a pancake? They don't even have to add anything.
The boulder, it's just a fucking
Yeah, it's just a pancake. No,
Balled up and just,
That's
they
hilarious.
just put all the dough in a fucking circle. Like after they cook it, they
did
don't
you
even like.
smash this together with your hands? No.
They're like, thank you for coming to IHOP. Here's the Indiana Jones and the Great Circle pancake. Anyways, Cyberpunk.
Oh.
You just hear a gun.
Oh. So we were talking about AI earlier in development. Did y'all see all the hubbub about the fucking Call of Duty zombies loading screen?
No,
Oh yeah, I did, and fucking
I
good
think-
riddance, you know.
I think it's stupid. I don't think it's an AI thing. I think it's just like if you look at the picture real closely, it just looks like a zombie hand with the skin coming off of one finger, like hanging off of one.
Let me see. Do you got the
To
picture?
me, it looks like an extra finger that AI threw on there. I really do. I think it.
Because it looks like bone finger and then skin. People are saying
Can we
that
zoom
it
in
was-
on the finger part? Hold
Yeah.
up.
It does. I mean,
Oh, that is zoomed in. Hold on.
it's hard to tell. Like I can. It might just be a rip in the flesh. you
Yeah, I
know?
think it's the
it's the knuckle part, or
I
not
think
the
it's-
knuckle, but this thing, the pad.
No, I think it's the finger like de-sleeved. Like I think
I
it's
don't
just
know,
hanging.
man. I think it's an
Because
extra
like
finger.
that
dude.
looks like you can tell that that's skin right there, but then that finger right there looks darker and like skinnier, like bone.
What was their answer to this?
I don't think there's been an answer. People have just been speculating it, and then everybody's just immediately jumping on the like Call
I
of
feel
Duty
like
hate
if it
train, which is
wasn't
fine.
AI, they would come out and defend the artist that made it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they haven't
I don't-
even responded.
if
I
they
didn't-
haven't said anything about it, it's probably AI.
I mean, they did say that, like I said, companies have been outwardly saying like we are using AI now, like especially the big ones.
I feel like
Oh,
there's
it's a gloved hand.
yeah, right.
No,
Let me see.
Ain't no glove on that shit.
there's it. No, there ain't no glove on that. That's what they're saying.
Who's saying?
I don't.
that?
Yeah, the fucking IGN
lying
article. I'm gonna.
ass.
Are you sure? That,
just
IGN
trying
has
to gaslight
IGN
us,
has asked
dude.
Activision for comment. The release of the Zombie Santa image sparked a closer look at other images in Black Ops 6, which some in the Call of Duty community... Oh, fuck you, ads. God damn it. God damn it.
IGN's like,
I'm not even,
ad.
I'm not even clicking the ads, and they're fucking taking over my shit. Motherfucker, where was I? Sorry. Community have now called into question. Redditor, oh boy, Sean Ladie highlighted 3 images, including in paid bundles, that have irregularities that could suggest the use of generative AI. Fans are now calling on Activision to disclose the use of generative AI for art that is included in bundles that are sold. And as others have pointed out, Steam operator Valve now has AI disclosure rules that call on publishers and developers to describe how they use AI in the development and the execution of their games.
Cool.
So
I like that.
Activision hadn't said shit.
They just come out, they're like, the entire game.
I wouldn't be surprised if Dragon Age came out with that.
They're like, I'm literally the only employee here.
It's just me and
That's even-
ChatGPT.
It's even worse if like Dragon Age didn't use AI for their writing.
Yeah, they're just that robotic. Like, anyways, Cyberpunk 2077 developer CD Projekt was thought to have moved on from the game and onto other projects such as The Witcher 4 and the Cyberpunk sequel, but it's just surprised fans by confirming yet another significant patch is on the way. CD Projekt will reveal the new features coming to Cyberpunk 2077 and update 2.2 on December 10th, which was today. They should have shown that, right? Is today the 10th?
Yeah, they showed it.
Okay, I'm going to their Twitter where they should be showing this.
It's not much. They just added like more cosmetic stuff to the game, and they upgraded the photo mode and stuff.
Here's the update. It says, with the new features, Rayfield's Crystal Coat technology, initially designed for Rayfield vehicles only, has now been adopted by other car manufacturers. You can now change the paint jobs on Herrera, Mizutani, Quadra, and Vilfort vehicles. Pro tip, use Crystal Coat to fool the cops and lower your NCPD wanted level. Then Kuroshi presents Twin Tone as Crystal Coat continues to gain popularity. Twin Tone takes your paint jobs to the next level. So it's a bunch of paint shit.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
All vehicles compatible with Crystal Coat and Twin Tone are marked with a spray can icon on Auto Fixer. The 10 most requested vehicles from the streets of Night City are now available for purchase on Auto Fixer. So like Mizutani, Hozuki, MH2, blah, 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 blah.
Oh, yeah. That's my favorite car.
Is it really?
No.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Following Act 1, Johnny will now sometimes appear in the passenger seat while V is driving to comment on and react to what's happening.
That's cool.
They've overhauled photo mode and added multiple community requested features.
I wonder if those paint jobs were like mods that they just turned into official.
No, they originally in the base game you could get the paint job for the one car that could shift, but they just made it to where all the cars can do it now.
They added 32 eye colors, 18 lip makeup types, 17 nail colors, 10 cheek makeup types, 16 eye makeup types, 4 scars, 5 eyebrow shapes, 4 face tattoos, 2 body tattoos, 8 cosmetic face cyberware
10
options.
penises.
Hey, yeah, that's what I'm waiting for. Like, we got new dick sizes.
One for everyone. And then they
I feel like I'm very underrepresented because there's no micro penis selection. No.
Upgraded the character creator randomizer to feature a new plain to punk slider. Whether you're aiming for an understated casual look or a bold edgy style for your V, you can now use the slider to strike the perfect balance. Added more secrets to discover in Night City. They added or for quests and open world stuff, they rephrased objectives for quests that tell you to wait a specific amount of time to progress. The game is designed in a way that doesn't always allow players to simply skip in-game time to advance the objective, instead requiring them continue playing to trigger the next event. So I guess they took away they rephrased it to let you know. The Cyber Psycho sighting where the bodies hit the floor fixed an issue where no shard could be found on the Cyber Psycho's body, blocking progress. But a bunch of random shit. Okay,
That's
there
cool.
you go. There's
I'm
lots
gonna have to take a romp through Cyberpunk again.
Yeah,
Little romp.
I think I'm cyberpunked out after that last DLC. It was a good game, but I don't think I could see myself playing it again.
Yeah, I didn't get the DLC, but I've been wanting to do another run through,
Play with the DLC.
completely fresh, and maybe get the DLC.
You should get the DLC. You're not playing the full game unless you have the DLC at this point.
I can't play through the first part of the game again. I feel like I've played through the first part of the game like 7 times. I just can't get past. Like I get bored as soon as like it becomes open. Like I'm just like, all right. I just suck at open world games. Like they just kind of like, I don't know, something about it. It's not that I suck at them. I just don't feel them. Like they feel like very like, go do this, and then like you run off and do that thing, and then you come back, and then you're like, shit, I gotta go through 9 more of these, and then and I never feel like following the actual story. I like want to go do all this extra stuff, but the whole time I'm like, why am I doing all this extra shit? I should be back on the story. I don't know. I gotta figure
very
out.
bleak way of looking at open world games.
Yeah.
It's hard, man. I don't know why. You think I want to be this way?
Nobody wants to be like that.
No, I was born this way. All right, it's hard.
There's just too much to do in between the main story missions, and like
No,
I run
there-
off and I get sidetracked with other stuff and content. Like
no. Hold up.
you sound pretty ungrateful right now.
I'm very ungrateful. It's not that. It's that the side content is never that exciting to me. Like, I don't know why. Like Fallout, for some reason, I love the side content. Like shit's fucking wacky and like weird shit happens. Like.
I was say Skyrim, great side content.
Yeah, I like stuff like that, but for some reason, any other open world shit, I don't know. I just
There's
have
some
problems.
pretty good side content in Cyberpunk, though.
Maybe I just didn't get
There's
to
some
it.
crazy ass side missions you can come across.
Yeah, they really are.
Like one of the most fucked up video game missions I've ever played in my entire life. Probably.
Really? Though I think the craziest
I know
one
the
I
one.
did.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, really? Yeah, the only like the craziest one I did was like the car one, where it's like the AI cars were like escaping, and,
Oh no.
Oh
and
no.
I was
That's
like,
Scratching the surface.
Yeah, some of the missions are like really like if you do the wrong thing, you'll fail the mission halfway through it too. Like there's one I played where I shot some guy I wasn't supposed to shoot, and then it was just like, okay,
done.
that guy's fucking dead, and this mission's over, and you fucked it up.
Feel
like,
good about yourself?
wow, you could have handled that a lot better. Failed. No, just kidding. But anyways, Brent, Devin or
No, it's
who?
Brent.
Let's see. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is gold, I think, and they have moved the release date up by 1 month. So it's going to be coming out in February now, I think. Hang on. February 4th. It's coming out on my birthday. So,
I gave the first one an honest shake.
yeah, a lot
But
of people
then when I had
liked
to learn
it.
how to fucking read, I was like, fuck this. I was done. Did you play it?
I played a little bit of it. I didn't
Yeah,
really
I
get
scratched
into
this.
it.
I
but
never got out
know
of the
it's,
starting
you know,
village.
it was good enough for them to make a sequel. I know a lot of people really like the first one, so.
Apparently, it's the like only game you can like die in before the game even starts. Like you can literally die from like in birth, like at the beginning.
What?
Like
What?
there's a chance that you like when you create your character, like it'll just be like,
That's not how this game goes.
huh?
You're thinking of something else.
No, I'm thinking of Kingdom Come Deliverance.
You have to be a specific character.
No, you're a
There's
very
character
specific-
Oh,
creation.
hold on.
Yeah, I would say
Maybe
you're a
I am
very
mixing
specific
this
guy.
up. What game is
You're
that?
the son of a blacksmith who is murdered by a invading force, and then you swear to go kill that invading force. You can become a knight, or you can just do nothing. The choice is you can do whatever the fuck you want in that game for the most part.
Yeah.
Interesting. I'm gonna find what game. Maybe it was Bannerlord. Like I'm mixing up some old medieval game with
Nah,
this
I
one.
have no.
Sounds like a bad mechanic, dude.
Well,
You
that's why a lot
died
of
in
people didn't.
childbirth.
That's why a lot of people were pissed about it.
Stillbirth.
Anyways, what you got, Devin?
It'd be fucked to just die. Like, sorry, you fucking
Game
the
over.
randomizer. Yeah. Path of Exile 2 enjoys massive launch, becomes 15th most played game ever on Steam.
Wow.
So, I mean, kind of saw it coming. We know a lot of people that are horribly addicted to that game right now. Our whole Discord.
Was it like an MMO or something?
It's like Diablo. It's very Diablo-esque.
Mm.
Like a top top over. What are those games called? Jamal, help me out here.
Which one? Isometric? What are we talking about?
I don't know. Exile, Path of Exile, Diablo. What are those types of games?
ARPG? No.
No, those are
What is the classification?
Dungeon Siege, basically. Like
But yeah, Path of Exile is very Diablo-esque,
it's
right?
just a Diablo,
It's like a
but
bit
with
better-
more stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
A better Diablo 4 is what
Might have to
everybody's-
check that out.
It's gonna be
Is it-
free, right? It's in early.
It'll be on Game Pass.
Okay, it's in early access right now, so you have to pay.
Oh
to
no,
be able to
not
play.
Path of Exile. No, it's not free.
Path of Exile 2 is. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be free.
I don't think so.
It's in early access right now, so you have to.
Ask Hans. Hans is the only person who would know this. Hans, if you're watching, help us. No, but yeah, no, I don't think it's free.
Because I know Path 1 was free, but it was also an old game, so I don't know if it was just free because it was old. But I'm gonna look it up. But yeah, I mean that's basically the article.
Well, what do you got, Jamel?
I'm done. That's all I got.
That's all I got as well.
Oh, okay. Well, I got one more, two more.
Okay, I wasn't. Just so we're clear. Hold on. Never mind. I'll talk about the game later. But I have one more here. Rocksteady is pulling the plug on new content for Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League after season 4, with the developer announcing its plans to end support for the troubled online game in January 2025. So next month. Rocksteady revealed the news in an official blog detailing Suicide Squad's final season, which will include the release of an offline mode and a new playable character in Deathstroke. While Rocksteady doesn't plan to release any new content, Suicide Squad's story will remain playable via offline mode, and it will be possible to play co-op with friends. Previous seasonal content will also continue to be available. At least they're doing that.
Yeah, I mean, that's not the worst thing that could happen. And honestly, like, the Avengers game got better when they took it offline because they just gave you all the shit that was in the store for free. And, like, it was, like, I could never get an online match anyway on Avengers, so it was, like, it just became a way better game when they took it offline. So hopefully this is what will happen with, I mean, it's not gonna, you're never gonna fix the fundamental problems with the Suicide Squad game, but it could still be a fun romp with friends if you got it for, like, $5. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a game that I didn't think was going to do very well, or at all, like even in the slightest bit, because of how similar it is to other stuff, and just kind of like, is that Marvel Rivals?
I wanted to play that. I have it downloaded, but I haven't tried it yet.
I'm going to download it and give it an honest shake. You know, I know it's basically
it looks like my
Overwatch.
kind of thing, yeah.
It's basically Overwatch, but with Marvel characters. But I've been hearing
That sounds
just
great to me.
nothing but good.
I mean, why? How could it be bad? Like Overwatch with Marvel characters.
Well, because
sounds
it's
like,
just the same formula of that style of game.
But I mean, like a hero shooter with actual recognizable heroes.
Heroes? Yeah.
Like that's way better. Like.
Yeah. Well, Marvel Rivals is a smash hit with 10 million players in just 3 days.
I'm gonna jump on it. I mean,
it's
it looks
free.
fun, you know.
Yeah, and it's free. So, yeah, let me know. I'm gonna download it and give it a try too. So.
Maybe we can team up or something. I don't know how that works, but
I mean, yeah, I think you just join a party, right? And then you just join a game.
I don't know.
I don't play Overwatch. I don't know.
I thought in Overwatch you could team up.
And then, so one of the biggest things that we should have talked about, actually, I completely forgot, is the FTC sending out first rounds of Epic Games refunds totaling $72 million.
Oh.
So
Wait,
there
did
was
I get some of that? No, I'm just kidding. Give me some of that.
but yeah, I think it was
What
so
is
the FTC is making Epic Games pay back refunds in the sum of $72 million, if not more,
For what?
for players that were tricked by Fortnite, like in-game purchases or some shit.
Oh, damn. Well, that wasn't me.
So it was a class action. It was a whole settlement that was originally revealed in late 2022. As the post explains, at the time, Epic was required to pay $245 million to resolve claims that it, quote, used design tactics known as dark patterns to trick players into making unwanted purchases. Let children rack up unauthorized charges without any parental involvement, and blocked some users who disrupted unauthorized charges from accessing their purchased content.
Wow.
So yeah,
Shady stuff.
the money is going through and people are getting paid out on it.
Seems like they shouldn't have to resort to shady shit like that with how
Right.
successful they are.
Tricking children into
Yeah.
spending there was one kid like thousands and thousands of dollars on their parents' credit
Oh
card.
hell no! Throw the whole kid away.
Which it's also it's also the fucking
Kinda the parents' fault on that
And
one.
the
yeah.
credit card,
Don't
yeah.
give your
Yeah, put
kid a
some
fucking credit card
Parental
to just put into a
controls,
game.
dude. Yeah. I mean, I'm
Actually,
sure
you know
they're
what?
playing on the parents' Xbox or something, and like they already had their credit card
Yeah,
information
on
on there. But it's
Oh.
like put a thing on your Xbox and like where you have to do like a pin code or something every time you
Well, so
fucking.
apparently
you know?
Fortnite wasn't doing that though.
Well, it's not just Fortnite. You can do it on like a whole
Everything,
console-wide
yeah.
lock.
Oh,
At
really?
least PS5 can.
You can do it on Xbox.
I have it set up to where when you buy something
And
through my
Switch.
account on PS5, like it's attached to my account. Like
Yeah.
so, if I were on somebody else's PS5, it would have to be. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm spending all their money. No, by the way, I was correct. In Kingdom Come Deliverance, if you play on hardcore mode, you have a chance of dying before the game even starts. You'll get a death thing that says you died during childbirth, and it'll restart the game.
Oh.
Oh, well, I never played on hardcore.
It doesn't
mode.
even mention anything about him being born or anything. You're just the kid. Like you're
It's
just
just part
guy.
of the game. It's like
Yeah.
it's saying that, like you never got to get to the game because you died in childbirth.
That's
like
That's so dumb.
you
I love it.
apparently in hardcore mode you can be playing and like you'll scratch your hand, like you'll just be hanging out and suddenly it'll just like give you a death screen and be like you scratched your hand,
You
like
got gangrene.
yeah, like just random shit because it's supposed to be like back in the Dizzy. So like
yeah. I mean, literally anything
I'll
could
be
fucking
so
kill
mad if I'm at the end of the game and I just get gangrene. Fucking.
you.
yeah,
Like, the simplest of infections could develop into death because penicillin wasn't around.
yeah, it's like,
Antibiotics were not a thing. Germs weren't even a thing. They didn't know about germs.
yeah. It says you have to keep re-rolling your character until you get one that is alive at the start of the game.
That's so stupid.
It's pretty
That's
funny.
so dumb,
but-
especially considering like it never even goes into. You don't get to create a character. It doesn't go into him being born or anything. You're just like a teenager who's like
Just
under his
starts
dad.
you,
Yeah. That's so
Yeah,
weird.
that doesn't really make much sense. That's fucking. That just seems like the developers trying to be assholes.
It's
Like,
just a funny Easter egg.
Yeah, I guess it's an Easter egg, except for the fact that you can die like immediately.
I'm out of news.
Okay.
I guess it's not a huge setback though. It's
I
not
mean, at
like
least it happened in the beginning. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Today is what, the 11th, right? Or today's the
10th.
Okay. The 10th. So tomorrow's the 11th. All right,
Yes.
my bad. All right. So the 11th through the 17th, that's this week of
Yes.
upcoming games. So
Yeah.
we've got
Nothing. Things.
I'm checking. I'm looking to see if anything good is coming out the next. No, nothing. Sorry, guys. Literally, it's just a bunch of like shovelware
Random.
games. There's a game called Bro Nana. If you guys are excited for that, only coming to PC.
Oh
Like-
shit!
I wonder if it's related to Brotato.
I guess all the good games already came out this month. You know, there's a bunch
Yeah.
of stuff that came out the
And
past like couple weeks. when
Indiana
we were-
Jones.
Yeah.
Day before
We're
yesterday.
done until GTA 6 comes out, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it, boys. Pack it up.
But yeah, let's go on to Chat GP trivia, Brent.
Oh, what should we do trivia about this week?
Just do random trivia.
Okay.
Random, medium difficulty trivia questions.
What was the one that you were?
I said vocabulary, but that's a terrible fucking idea.
What would you say? Oh, vocabulary.
Vocabulary.
Oh, okay. Yeah, never mind.
It's going to ask us some definitions to some words that I don't even fucking know.
You know words?
I know lots of words. I drink and I know words.
Damn. I wish I knew words.
Oh, man. I surprise myself with my vocabulary sometimes because I'll say something and I'm like, I can't think of the definition of that word, but I know the context that I used it in is correct. And I'll have to like double check myself. That happens more times than not. It's weird.
All right, you ready?
Okay.
These are pretty hard. I put medium difficulty, but we got this.
Okay.
All
Oh,
right.
boy.
10 medium difficulty
Medium rare.
trivia questions. What is the capital city of Hungary? I want to say
Thirsty.
Budapest. No.
It's probably
I
Budapest.
think, yeah.
Yeah,
Actually, for some reason, I do think you're right.
Yeah,
Budapest,
we're going
sure.
with
I'm going
Budapest.
to go with
No.
Budapest.
Yeah.
That sounds good to me. Honestly, like, it legitimately sounds good.
If you're wrong, this is on you.
You're
No, I'm just
fucking-
kidding.
Sorry.
You're an eat.
Question number 2. Which artist painted The Persistence of Memory?
I don't even know what that looks like, let alone.
I don't know
I
that.
don't either. I'm just going to pick a random artist. I'm going to go with Van Gogh.
Okay, you got Van Gogh.
Who did the droopy fucking?
Scream.
The droopy
No,
thing?
not Scream.
You're thinking of Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali. I'm gonna
Yeah.
go. Salvador Dali.
Salvador Dali, and
Yeah,
then
that
With the-
sounds like a
with the drooping
Salvador
clocks?
Dali
Yeah.
type. Yeah.
and then I'm gonna do.
What if it is? What if that is the artwork? You know what I'm talking about?
No, I
with
bet
the
you're
melting,
right.
With
I'm
the
starting
melting
to think
clocks?
you're right,
I don't know
yeah.
the name of that piece, but I can picture it in my
You
head.
could be.
What was the name of it?
So it's like a
The
desert.
Persistence of Memory. Is
no,
what-
that's
Oh,
not
persistent.
it.
I thought it was persistence of time. Never
Hmm.
mind. I'm
Um,
still sticking with Salvador Dali.
Yeah.
though. He was a trippy painter.
Yeah, he really was.
Is there any other artists that exist? Van Gogh,
Picasso.
Picasso. I don't want to put Picasso. I feel
But
like he's
just
too
put-
recent. I need something old.
Just put Picasso.
All right, fine. We'll put Picasso. Picasso.
Picasso.
All right, moving on. It's Andy Warhol, dude. No, I'm just kidding.
Watch it be Andy Warhol.
Question number 3. In Greek mythology, who is the god of the sea?
Poseidon.
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 All right. Number
Hey,
4.
That's an easy one.
We know things.
Number 4. What is the chemical symbol for potassium?
P.
K.
Oh wait, is it K? It is K.
Yep.
You're fucking
Is
right.
it K?
It's K.
Okay, I'm gonna
Yeah.
trust you
K.
guys.
That
Trust me on this one.
it's K.
What year did the Titanic sink?
We fucking had this one not too long ago.
Did we?
Yeah.
I want to say like 1913 or some shit like that.
1919.
I'm gonna say 1916. All right, so we got 1913.
Probably in like the 30s or some shit.
No, we debated this for a while.
1920.
Because Rose's old ass was like fucking, you know what I mean? Yeah,
But
I think
she
it's
that
like-
was back. That movie came out in what year?
in like the 99, 2000
Not
or something.
even. No, like early 90s, I thought.
I
Because
don't think
Leo
so.
was young.
Don't
young
look
lad.
up the answer, but look up when the movie
Yeah, I was
came
gonna
out.
look at the movie.
Yeah, yeah.
Look up what year the movie Titanic came out, and then we'll try to base it off of that because it was supposed to be that
This is
year.
a terrible.
We got it. We got it.
97.
97.
Okay.
Oh, you're right.
So
I thought it
100
was-
years before that.
I don't
would've
think
been
she was
19
actually
is-
100 years old though. I think
No, I don't.
in the movie she's probably like 80 or something.
No,
Dude,
she was
we
like
had a-
90.
we had
There's
a
no way
trivia.
that she was like chocolate lady from SpongeBob level at that point.
What are they selling? Chocolates. I remember
Oh, jeez.
That's back when I was having my one night stand on the fucking Titanic.
I don't think that's part of it.
I'm pretty sure. Actually, that was part of it.
That's the
Oh
whole
no, I thought you were
point,
talking about the chocolates.
Oh, yeah.
the SpongeBob.
I saw something about it, and it was like the biggest like psychopaths in movies, and they put her on there because she like threw away all of her like grandchildren's like inheritance by just throwing it into the ocean all over
Right, yeah,
a
she
one
didn't
night
give a
stand
shit.
she had on the fucking like 80 years ago. All right, so I don't know. Are we doing 80, 90?
1919.
I'm gonna stick with my original 1913.
All right, I'm doing 1916. He's got 1919.
Okay.
Days ago.
All right, moving on. Which country is known as the land of the rising sun?
Oh, gee, I fucking wonder. Nippon.
Definitely Japan. Let's see.
Oh, I was gonna say China. No, I'm just kidding.
In which U.S. state would you find Mount Rushmore?
Oh,
Ooh, that's a hard one.
Wyoming?
it's something with a Y. Yeah, or not a Y, but a W.
Wyoming?
I think you're right. It's
Wyoming,
why.
yeah.
It's either Michigan for
It's
some
one of
reason.
those
Wisconsin?
insignificant states in the middle of the country.
It's like Michigan or
over by the
Wyoming.
Rockies.
I don't think it's Michigan.
It's Wyoming.
It's for sure not Michigan. I know for 100% sure it's
Watch
not.
it be Michigan.
No, I know
No.
without a doubt. it
No,
is not.
you're right.
It's much further west.
It's got to be Wyoming.
I think it's Wyoming, but I don't know. I feel like that might or Montana.
Fuck,
Shit.
that's the M word. No, stick with Wyoming.
I'm
Just
going.
stick with.
I'm
the
gonna stick
original.
with Wyoming too.
let's
That
just
sounds,
stick with it.
Sounds good to me.
I'm going Montana.
All right.
All right, fine.
All right. Well,
Either
then
way-
we're
either
taking
way
your
I-
answer.
We're stealing your credit. I mean,
Yeah.
no, you
Yeah.
don't get the credit anymore.
Yeah, it's ours
You
now.
switched.
Watch
Yeah.
them both be wrong.
No, Wyoming.
They probably are both wrong. I don't know shit about where Mount Rushmore is. I would love to go see Mount Rushmore, but
Yeah.
I, have
I just
no
don't
idea.
know what state it's
Yeah,
in.
I have no idea. Okay. Who wrote the novel 1984? That's
George
George
Orwell.
Orwell. Yeah.
Easy.
What is the smallest planet in our solar system?
Now?
It's not Pluto anymore, right?
Pluto,
Or no, they brought
Pluto's
Pluto
not
back.
a planet.
It's
dog.
a dwarf planet.
No,
now.
it's not.
It
bro.
is.
Okay.
No, they
Pluto-
brought it back as a dwarf planet.
If
You
we're
can't
not
just bring
if
it
we're-
back, bro.
Pluto, if we're not including Pluto, Mercury.
Okay.
But
I'm going Mercury
Does-
all the way
do
because
dwarf
Pluto
planets
doesn't
count?
count.
I said Pluto if we're including Pluto. If we're not including
okay,
Pluto,
you're saying okay,
Mercury.
okay.
We're not including Pluto.
I'm putting Pluto or Mercury.
Pluto's so 2000.
in late.
They had a whole fucking Rick and Morty episode. See?
So
Shrink-
2000 and
just shrink a
late.
little bit.
What is the official language of
English.
Brazil?
Oh,
Portuguese.
Oh.
is it Portuguese?
I thought it was just Brazilian. I didn't know
Por-
there was a.
Portuguese.
Okay, Portuguese.
Okay.
Y'all need to, I'm gonna start writing my own fucking answers.
Well, I mean, I'm not saying we got these right. I'm just writing what you said.
Well, I know that
Oh,
one's
yeah,
right.
you sound confident. So,
Well,
you
because
know.
I know things.
I'm
Well,
gonna put
excuse me.
just because I'm American, I'm gonna put English.
I'm gonna put Brazilian because that damn fuckers are from Brazil.
American. They speak South
They
American.
speak American.
South American.
If I win with English, dude, that proves America's the best.
That's it. No, it's absolutely Portuguese.
All right, here we go. Question number 1: Budapest. We got
Damn,
that right.
Brent.
Dude, Brent, yep.
Woo.
Brent got that one.
Question number 2: Salvador Dali. You got it.
Damn.
Let's
What?
fucking go.
Question number 3: Poseidon. Question number 4: K. Question number 5: 1912. We were
damn it.
very close.
You
You're
had
the closest.
1913.
Very
13.
close.
God damn it.
Question number 6: Japan. Question number 7: South Dakota.
What the fuck?
I know. I would have never guessed that in a billion years.
I told you they were both wrong.
forgot-
Wyoming sounded so right.
Wyoming sounded really right.
Bro, I forgot South Dakota was even a thing, dude. Like,
There's
anyways.
fucking two of them sons of bitches north.
Okay, 8
so
is George Orwell.
Mm-hmm.
9 is Mercury, because Pluto
Okay.
don't count.
Damn.
ChatGPT there's just 2008, dude.
And 10 is
Damn.
Portuguese, indeed.
Damn, I really
Willie
thought it
missed-
was English.
Willie missed one.
Damn, that's crazy. That is
Trivia Masters.
well,
Hell.
master.
Yeah, master.
No.
You got Budapest.
Hey, I got-
though.
I got Budapest.
I wouldn't have got
Hey, that
Budapest.
one Budapest, I feel like makes up for
Yeah.
everything else.
What do you have to show
Nothing.
Jamel?
Nothing. I know some of these words, but remember, you've been listening to GameSpeak Podcast, courtesy of GameSpeakPodcast.com. The show posts for free every Wednesday on all podcast platforms, but you can watch it live before anyone else on Twitch.tv/GameSpeak Podcast every Monday evening at 7:50 p.m. CST. Be sure to join us and the rest of the GameSpeak community at dsc.gg/GameSpeak Podcast. And sorry, I'm about to burp. Check out our other video content on YouTube, and if you want to stay up to date with your boys, you can find us by our names on Facebook and check out the GameSpeak Podcast Instagram. Until next time, listeners. Later.